Buzz, appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Nabors, Joe Franklin, broadcasting live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios with you today, and thank you as always for making us a part of your afternoon this afternoon. It's a Trash Talk Thursday here on Out of Bounds, folks, and want to hear about any of the trash talk that you want to provide, you can call or text in at 501-661-1037. Get after us in the Asher Record Live fan feedback. After me on Twitter at BuzzJohnNabors. And today, going to have Dudley Dawson of Hogville.net joining us for a little bit as we'll talk to him about all the things going on with Arkansas, but a little recruiting and probably talk about some of the other things going on in the sports world because he is a big sports fan. So we'll have some fun with that in the 2 o'clock hour. Also, Brandon Marcello of 24/7 Sports, national college football writer. He was the one that originally broke the news about the Dan Enos firing. Has some really interesting thoughts on where Arkansas goes from here and if they can salvage this season. He'll join us in the 3 o'clock hour, and we'll also have some few things to talk about, maybe even another ticket giveaway. We'll keep you updated on that throughout the show, too. And we're going to have some fun in just reviewing and looking at all the things going on in the world of sports, because I know with the NBA going in full swing yesterday, and also you got an NFL game tonight with the Bucks and the Bills, so got some excitement there, and even last night watching some college football, too. That's what's great about it. Is like every night you can turn on the TV and have different sporting events. I was someone who watched that Sam Houston State game for a little bit, even, that college football game last night. So it's just great to have different things to watch each and every night. And it's going to be the same tonight and even tomorrow. And, of course, a lot of people are going to be involved with high school football and the Halloween weekend. So it's going to be a busy one for a lot of people this weekend.
Yes, it will. And, we talk about the excitement of this time of the year with so many different sports going on. It's just whatever you want to watch, whatever you desire is there. World Series starts tomorrow, so the baseball season altogether is coming to an end soon within the next week or so, but we get to see who the champ is going to be for Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, which, it's been great playoffs in Major League Baseball from beginning to end, and I don't think that it's going to be anything different when it comes to the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. But even this weekend, since it's the bye weekend for Arkansas football, I know the Arkansas-Purdue game is going to have a lot of people's attention for basketball, the exhibition, which, by the way, less than 200 tickets remaining to be sold. So if you want to get on that, $15 a piece, just go and do that. But it's about to be a sellout, and I know some people are going to be going up for that. But I also feel like people during the bye week, if there's someone that has gone to all the Razorback games or watched all the Razorback games, and maybe they stopped watching because they've been so frustrated with things, I feel like there's always people that make plans around the bye week, whether it's to travel or maybe just watch other football games altogether and just chill and do nothing, or maybe it's go hunting because we know that time of year is here, and a lot of people doing that too. So the bye week is always just a time, at least for us in our business, where we can find other things to do instead of just focusing on one game. But I wonder if everybody else has certain plans that they do during the bye week each and every year. Like, is there some set?
A couple of festivals going on. Harvest Fests in Hillcrest and Chili Fights in the Heights, so that'll be something to get into this weekend, and they're so close in proximity that you could go to both of them. Yeah,
in fact, I'm kind of bummed. I'm going to miss the majority of Harvest Fest because that's where I live in Hillcrest, and always enjoy going, but since I'm going to be up there for the Purdue game, I'm going to probably have to miss most of it, so I'm pretty bummed by that. That's always a good time, though, and I'm just hoping that the weather holds out because it does look like it could get a little bit rainy outside on Saturday. So hopefully that doesn't impact or have any sort of major impact on any of the teams, or any of the Harvest Fest or the other festivals that are going on, because that sucks.
Hopefully not, because it's always a great time to get out and like you said about the bye week, to have a chance to just remove and get away from some Razorback football. But if you wanted to watch some other sports or even just have other outlets, that's a great outlet to have, to go to those fests. And especially like, mentioning that the weather could be a little overcast, but it's perfect chili weather. Chili weather is right around the corner. So Chili Fights in the Heights, Harvest Fest in Hillcrest, check both of them out.
Yeah, I've been kind of disappointed in myself. I've made actually some soups, but I've yet to go through the chili route. I need to do that. I guess it's because it just hasn't been cold enough. Like next week, it's supposed to get actual cold. Like we start getting into the late fall feel, where I think it's in the mid-50s are going to be the highs and the lows are going to be 34 degrees. So that's when it really hits. So maybe that's when I'll get into the chili vibe, but haven't been able to do that. And I enjoy doing that each and every year. Chili's awesome, man. Anytime, any kinds of chilies, beans, no beans, doesn't matter. The chili's is always going to be great when it's this time of year.
There's always a split about beans, no beans, and how people feel about it. Some people are all about beans, and others they don't want to have anything to do with any beans. So that's always interesting to see how people feel about it if they go beans or no beans.
Yeah, again, if it's good to me. I mean, there can be too much beans, I guess, but I don't care. Good chili is just good chili, and I'm sure that everybody's got their own vibes of what they want for that too. But I don't know. I'll take it either way. It tastes good as long as it tastes good and extra spicy.
That's
too.
all that matters.
Yeah, extra spicy. But yeah, people are going to be doing that, and I know a lot of people are also doing like Halloween parties this weekend because Halloween's technically next Tuesday. And that makes it a little bit difficult sometimes to have the parties. There'll still be people trick-or-treating and going outside. But as far as the parties themselves go, a lot of people just plan it for the closest weekend or the weekend before the actual Halloween holiday ends up happening. And there's going to be a lot of people I feel like are doing that this weekend too, having those parties.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun with people out and about, dressing up and hitting all the different Halloween parties, but definitely on Halloween on Tuesday, it'll be a lot of people out, a lot of traffic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have some fun with that, I'm sure, next week when Halloween comes around, because there's always some fun topics of debates and discussions when it comes to Halloween etiquette and what people do there, too. But I know that's with what's happening, of course, in the world of sports. We'll have Sam Pittman and the SEC teleconference yesterday went into some more detail about some of the things with the offense and with, of course, Kenny Guyton taking over and what it's going to look like there, which honestly has been pretty interesting to see people's reactions and everything. And it's not that he has said anything like too crazy as far as, what the changes are going to be moving forward. But I did find this clip really interesting as far as when he was asked again about parting ways with Dan Enos and what went wrong. He talked about that Monday, but on the teleconference, he was asked about it again. And I think he went into a little bit more interesting detail and even had a really interesting follow-up question. So here's Sam Pittman on the SEC teleconference asked about Dan Enos once again.
I can't really put my finger on it because he's a hell of a coach, a good man, and has had great success in his career. And I really don't know, maybe we aren't a pocket protection team. We ran it, I don't know, probably averaged 8 to 10 dropbacks a game in the previous 3 years, maybe a little bit more when Felipe Franks was here. It's just our quarterback wasn't great at just sitting in the pocket. Our wideouts weren't getting open. We couldn't protect a lot of things. Maybe that's part of it, but I just think everything was hard for us. Everything very difficult. 3 yards was difficult, and I don't know exactly why because Dan's a fine coach. So I can't really put my finger on it, but I do know that we lost our spirit, and how we did that, I really can't put a finger on that, but we've got to get it back.
Is there anything you would evaluate differently the next time you go to hire an offensive coordinator?
I don't think so. I mean, we hired a defensive coordinator when Barry was fortunate enough to go get the job at UNLV, and it worked out, doing a great job. We hired an offensive coordinator. For whatever reason, it didn't. I don't think so. Because I liked the offense they were running at Maryland. I liked the offense we ran when I was with Dan here. You hate to admit that it didn't work out, and you did your research on what you thought was correct, but I did. It didn't work out, so I don't know that I would change the way that I made the hire, no.
So it's kind of fascinating to hear Sam Pittman not only go into the detail of Enos and, talking about how, maybe we didn't have this, maybe we didn't have that, and then it just didn't work out. But then talking about his approach to the next offensive coordinator and how he would hire it and his approach, it's like it wouldn't be any different. I wouldn't change it anything. Even brought up Barry Odom as kind of an example of, how he went into that and hired and it worked out. So, that's, I think, is pretty fascinating just where it's like, should he change the way? Should he change his approach? Maybe not the approach, but I think just the hire itself and the mistake of the hire and how it didn't work out was what something that's almost like, not saying it's a roll of the dice, but in his mind, maybe it is a case where, hey, if you hire somebody that you believe in, if it works out, great. But if not, you got to live with it and you got to adjust to it.
you're always taking a chance on whoever you bring in as a hire. Look at Texas A&M. Like, they hired Jimbo Fisher with the thought in mind that he's a guy that's won a national championship. He could deliver there. It hasn't worked out like that just yet. And they've had a successful season where they've had a 10-plus win season, but they expect that each and every season, and they expect to compete for championships, and that just hasn't happened. So it's always taking a chance anytime you bring in someone and there's a new hire. Sometimes they're going to work out, other times they're not. But if you think about when coaches are going to leave a program, most of the time they're not leaving on their own. They're leaving because maybe it wasn't as good as they thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, you do have coaches that'll leave because they take another job, take another position elsewhere. But for the most part, whenever it's done, it's done because things didn't go well.
Well, and then going to your point to the Jimbo Fisher thing, it just once again reiterates and proves the point of how difficult it is to win a championship in any sport. Like, how many things have to go right and have to be perfectly aligned for it to work out? You know, I don't think Jimbo Fisher is a bad coach, but I do believe that year he won it. Like, he had Jameis Winston, who was a phenomenal quarterback. He had, I'm not saying he got lucky with it, but playing Auburn, a team that, had the kick six and ended up winning it that way. If they would have played a different team, it may not have worked out that easily. So it's just like sometimes everything has to come together at once for it to work out. And when it doesn't, it's hard to replicate. It's hard to find a way to make it work. But just a fascinating quote there from Sam Pittman, and we'll have more of that and your phone calls and text messages coming up next here on Out of Bounds on a Trash Talk Thursday.
Fence Brokers presents Razorback Graffiti every Monday morning. Call Morning Mayhem and let them know how you feel about how they did. One sentence and one sentence only.
This is Sports Center.
Last night in the NBA, the Grizzlies fell to the Pelicans 111-104. Zion Williamson had 23 points and 7 rebounds in the win. The Thunder beat the Bulls 124-104 behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists. Isaiah Joe added 14 points and 5 rebounds on 3 for 6 from 3 off the bench. Anthony Black saw 5 minutes of game action at the end of the Magic's 116-86 win over the Rockets. He recorded 5 points, 1 assist, and 2 blocks in that time. The Mavericks survived the debut of Victor Wembanyama, winning 127-119. Luka Doncic had 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists in the win. Tonight there will be a doubleheader on TNT. First up at 6:30, the Bucks will host the 76ers. Then at 9, the Lakers will host the Suns. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Enjoy happy hour at Twin Peaks every Monday through Friday from 2 to 7 with sweet deals like $1 off all wine, liquor, cheap shots, and freezing cold 29-degree draft brews. Feeling snacky? They also have $2 chips and salsa, $4 fried pickles, chips and queso, or mozzarella cheese bites, $6 triple plays, quesadillas, or 6 boneless wings. Who says booze is the only thing that makes us happy? Score these 2 good deals Monday through Friday, 2 to 7, and again late night at Twin Peaks.
The end of the year is near, and Gwatney is pulling out all the stops to remain Pulaski County's #1 Buick GMC dealer. Big pre-owned inventory and even bigger discounts on new Buicks and GMCs, even with manufacturer price increases. Gwatney Buick GMC next to Sam's in North Little Rock is selling new 2024 models at 2023 prices. You've seen the news. The time to trade is now, before the current auto industry climate skyrockets used prices and all new inventory is depleted. Don't wait. Call Gwatney 501-945-4444. It's the end of the year blowout. Only at Gwatney Buick GMC in North Little Rock. Interest rates as low as 0.9%. And get new and pre-owned vehicles with no payments for the rest of the year. Stop by Gwatney Buick GMC and register to win a new Hummer. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. 501-945-4444. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with approved credit.
Listen for NFL Hall of Fame referee Walt Coleman Wednesdays during Morning Mayhem, presented by Sigma Supply Packaging Products. Schedule a free waste audit analysis with Sigma Supply's sales manager David Breitenberg and see if automation is a solution to your production line issues. Online at sigmasupply.com. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
Make plans now to be at the Pine Bluff Regional Park Saturday, October 28th for one of the world's largest barbecue championships. It's the annual Sissy's Log Cabin Smoke on the Water Championship presented by Saracen Casino. Food trucks, sampling, craft vendors, games for the kids, and it's all free for the entire family. And this year's event is headlined by Bluff It, featuring the Son of a Sailor Band's tribute to the one and only Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band. For more information, visit smokeonthewaterbbq.com. This ad paid for with accommodations to take funds in Arkansas's Land of Legends Tourism Association funds.
Football fans, tailgate season is here, which means it's time to score touchdowns and savings for your vehicle. At All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer incredible deals and service like your daddy used to get, with the financing options that fit your budget. With our team by your side, you'll get MVP service along with the traction and confidence you need to stay on the road. Visit us online today at allabouttireandbrake.com. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See Shelter agents Steve Ferguson in Little Rock, Todd Session in Morrilton, or Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff.
Scott Graham here for Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. NFL Week 8 begins with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills hosting Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both are coming off close divisional losses last week and looking to get back on the winning track. Tom McCarthy and Devin McCourty will have the call on air and on the free live stream, sponsored by AutoZone, on Thursday Night Football.
Right here on 103.7 The Buzz.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
There's only one place to stop for the best in meats in Central Arkansas. It's Hoggs Meat Market. Check out their monthly package deals of the best meats online at hogsmeatmarket.com. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
Arkansas right up on the football. 2nd down and 6. Dubinion stays in at running back, but KJ's going to throw. Fade down the right sideline. Broden's in the back of the end zone. He caught the ball. Well, he didn't catch it, but they throw a flag.
After further review, the result of the play is a touchdown.
Yeah. Touchdown, Arkansas.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
It is a Trash Talk Thursday here on Out of Bounds. Appreciate everybody listening in this afternoon. John Nabors, Joe Franklin, live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios. And I want to remind everybody that tomorrow, Out of Bounds is going to be live at the Arkansas Outdoor Expo at Simmons Bank Arena with Camping World. So come on out and see us from 1 to 4. We'll be hanging out there and giving you more details about the great things that they have going on, when, especially with the RVs, man. They're going to have 50 fully staged RVs to check out, and we know this time of year, a lot of people not only like to travel, go hunting, but also go camping. So come on out and see us. We'll be out there from 1 to 4 at Simmons Bank Arena in North Little Rock. And it's funny, Joe, yesterday when we talked about the way that we can help or do our part to get the game sold out against Purdue, because Muss will invite me to his Halloween party. I had people asking me what I was going to go in the Halloween party and the costume, and somebody suggested going as Eric Musselman, and I was like, I don't think I could pull that off, and I don't think he would want me to pull that off, to be honest. I feel like he would be one of the guys that would, not saying he would be insulted, but it's just like, I don't know. You just wear a polo shirt. It's like no one would really know that you were Eric Musselman. I feel like there's not enough defining.
Oh, yeah. You would have to tell people what you were doing there.
Yeah. It's like just wear a polo shirt and like maybe like slick my hair really far over and then shave.
Well,
and
but
maybe that's it.
The kicks, that would be
True.
what would give it away. If you had some of the nice Nikes that he has from game to game, that would be the giveaway.
But sadly, I don't. I don't have cool kicks. I don't have. I'm the worst shoe person there is. So I'd have to probably get me some if I did that. But yeah, I don't know. I got to think about it. But yeah, because he kind of wears not the khaki pants, but whatever they're not dress pants either. I don't even know how to describe them that he's doing coaching, but they're not
Lululemon style.
Yeah, there you go.
But different colors.
Yeah,
gray, black. Whatever they're feeling that day.
Yeah, whatever they're feeling, and then just wear the kicks, and then maybe if I walked around with like a mini. I guess they can't do Diet Pepsi anymore, but with his Diet Coke, I guess is what they have up there now. Maybe just walk around with one of those mini ones and just keep opening it up and closing it. I don't know. Maybe the more I could think of some props to go along with it, I could maybe pull it off.
What were some of the other suggestions?
Well, somebody said I should go as Bobby Petrino, with the neck brace and all of that. But again, I feel like that's played out too many times. Someone said that I would. What was the other one? Someone said that I should just go as myself, which I was like, okay. And then there's other like random ones that just like you got to do something unique, you got to do something scary. Like I don't know, I didn't really have any other suggestions specifically other than those like regular Razorback ones. But it's like, what can you do as if you're a Razorback fan or whatever? What can you dress up as Halloween, like specifically that's Razorback related? I mean, there's not a whole lot.
Get away from that.
Yeah,
you gotta go Halloween. Go all in on Halloween and not worry about Razorback theme.
Yeah. Think about if I went as John Daly, that'd be kind of fun. If I got like a little like blonde wig maybe. And
remember when D-Mac and Felix Jones did the Flintstones? Like something that is all in on Halloween.
Yeah, that would be cool. If only I had someone else to do it with me. Like as far as having a partner.
That was just an example of somebody going all in on Halloween.
Right. I was just saying it'd be easier for me if I had some if you had a partner to do it and make it work, because then it's kind of like original, and there's a lot more unique things. Because I mean, let's be honest, Joe. We do those lists and we talk about what's the most popular Halloween costume. Like this year, 100%, at least for couples, is going to be Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Like I don't even think we even need to look at the list to see what it ends up being. Like that's 100% what it's going to be.
Well, maybe not.
Really? Yeah. What else would it be? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Barbie and Ken's probably going to be.
So those
up
are going to
there.
be the top two by far.
Oh yeah. Which it's just so funny to me about the whole Travis Kelce is a very popular person, obviously in the football world, but I don't think he would ever dreamed, or maybe he did, that one day the most popular Halloween costume will end up being him with Taylor Swift. Like I'm sure Kansas City Chiefs fans maybe wore Travis Kelce, went on to dress up as Travis Kelce. But now that he's with Taylor Swift, he's becoming even a popular Halloween costume because of that.
He said the key to pulling that off is you have to have the mustache. So if you're going to go as him, he said go with the mustache. And he's kind of letting the beard grow back now, but he threw out some details as far as their timeline of when they met and everything. And he said he did have the stash rocking at the time.
Do you think Taylor tells him, like, hey, I like the beard more? Or like, do you think that she tells him what she likes?
Nah, they're too new with everything.
Yeah, haven't gotten that comfortable with each other just yet. But, those are going to be some popular Halloween costumes. And, again, I'm not going to go as Travis Kelce because I don't have a Taylor Swift to go to. But who knows? I'm sure there'll be plenty of those walking around. Let's go to the phone lines. Rusty is in Searcy. What's up, Rusty?
Hey, John and Joe. Good to talk to you guys. I hardly ever get to catch your program in the daytime because of my work, but I happen to be on the road today. And just wanted to give you a holler and get your feedback on something. A lot of different opinions out there. I've got a lot of them. I just get your show, though, on YouTube almost every day, so I appreciate that. I've heard Trey Biddy talk quite a bit. I get to hear him in the afternoon sometimes. On more than one occasion about how many of our Razorback football players that could come back next year if they chose to do so. And, you know, it's almost like we would have probably 90% of our starters coming back if they chose to do that. And besides that, my understanding is we've got a decent recruiting class coming in. And with everything that's going on and with the success of our defense with Travis Williams and the other guys over there, what they're doing, you know, I mean, I hate losing. I mean, I'm a long-time Razorback fan. I'm a lot older than I sound. but you know, I've been around a long time, been through the great years, been through some very disappointing years. And to lose 6 games by an average of 6 points is so disappointing this year. But with the progress our defense has made, and I guess my thinking is, and there's a lot of people out there, if they're listening, probably think I'm on something that's hallucinogen or something like that. Anyway, I'm saying, you know, let's hold on to Sam. Let's get our offense going. Our defense is already on track. I mean, our defense is playing great. If we get rid of Sam, I'm afraid we're going to lose, half our team at least. Then you're talking a good 2 years, at least to rebuild. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking. I just want to see what you guys think about that. Again, thanks for taking my call, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you calling in, Rusty. As far as your point about the team and the roster and who can come back, I mean, there's a plethora of ones. I mean, technically everybody essentially could come back except for like Antonio Greer, Jeff Coate, Cade Fortin, John Morgan, Ladarius Bishop, Nathan Bax. I don't think Walcott can come back either. So, I mean, with the COVID, I think next year's is the last year you can use the COVID year, I think, hopefully.
We say that every year.
I know, but yeah, so there you still have a lot of people coming back. But to your point on, getting rid of Sam Pittman and, what would set it back or whatever, you don't know what the exodus would be. I don't know. It depends on who they would hire. Or you would assume there'd be an exodus. But what's helpful, as we've talked about, is that transfer portal, man. Like, you can go from where you fire a coach, and if you bring in a coach that brings in a lot of excitement, or if it's a big name or whatever, you don't have to worry about being down in the dumps for years to come or having to rebuild for 4 years. I mean, you can turn around a program in maybe in that the most 2 years, to go from being a team that didn't make a bowl game to possibly being a 9-win team. It is possible.
It can go one of two ways when you're talking about trying to refill the team through the transfer portal. We've seen teams that have had success doing it, and we see teams that don't have that much success, and then they do have to rely on recruiting for a couple of years to get back on track. So it can be done right away, but you don't know. It's the big unknown that it can go either way.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to compare that this would be the same case this year or this time around as it was before, but, if you think about, Chad Morris in his final year or whatever go 2-10, Sam Pittman comes in and in his second year goes 9-4. Now, I know that was when the transfer portal wasn't as apparent as it is now, and NIL still wasn't a thing, but sometimes it's just about getting the right match and keeping the players intact that you have and re-energizing them to fit and to be able to do a really good job with the assistant coaches you hire. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can still be successful and have a quicker turnaround. But I just don't think we're at the time anymore where, say, if Sam Pittman went 4-8 this year, we'll just throw that number out and he gets fired, that suddenly whoever the new coach comes in, it's going to take 3 or so years to get back to a bowl game.
Well, it's not going to be allowed. That is one thing that, there's no patience within college football, because it's been shown that you can have that quick turnaround. And so even if that wasn't the case about seeing the results with a quick turnaround, results are expected right away. So there's the patience. There's not much of it where they're going to give 3-4 years to get the program back to where it needs to be. It's a 2-3 year process at the most. And if you don't see results by then, they're looking to hit that reset button again and make the next change.
I think it's about trajectory too, because if you have somebody comes in and say they just go 6-6, I don't think anyone's going to be popping champagne bottles and celebrations, but it's like the next year, say if you go 7-5 or 8-4, and then the next year maybe you get to that 9-win. If the trajectory's there, people are going to be all on board, even though it's not saying that an 8-win season is just hang the banners, but it's like, are you getting better? Are you improving? Are you being stable? Are you having, players that you lose, you're bringing in just as good guys, in some cases even better. It's a matter of the direction that it's going, and that's another problem with Arkansas is direction's been going down pretty quickly. I mean, you went from 9 wins to 7 wins last year with a bowl win to this year you're probably not going to make a bowl, and that's craziness.
Yeah, and then there are unfair expectations at times because, as you mentioned with going up in wins every season, you could go 7, 8, 9, but then if that next season you go 5, everybody's like, all right, it's time to make a change. Like right now, we need a change. After you've seen success for 3 years and you don't have success that 1 year, they're going to look at that 1 year. We talk about recency bias all the time. It'd be a case of recency bias. What have you done for me lately? They look at that last year, what happened, and that's what everybody jumps right on. They say, well, it's not going right, so now it's time to do something different.
And if you think you're above that, or you think that you don't think that way as a fan, then you're crazy. Because look at around college football and how many coaches have proven to win championships, mind you, and how they're feeling right now, and how they may feel with a quote bad year. Like last year, look at Alabama. I know that we always bring them up, but last year, knowing Alabama fans, like they didn't. I'm not saying they wanted Nick Saban fired, but they wanted the entire staff fired, and they won 10 games. Like it's just about your expectation where you go through. Where if you have a certain level of expectation and then you dip below it, you want heads to roll. That's just the way it is. The way fans are in general. It's just the way it is. Let's go. I was going to go to Ron and Greer's Ferry, but he's no longer there. But we got a ton of people coming in on our Southern Structural Solutions text line. This comes from Just Chuck. He says, who would have thought our defense would be better without Jalen Catalon, Miles Slusher, Joe Fouché, and Greg Brooks this year? Well, I mean, if you still had them, you'd probably still be pretty good. But the guys you got in to replace some of those, which Fouché and Brooks and Catalon, they didn't play last year because they weren't on the team. But
exactly,
that's what football's all about. Like sometimes you just get guys that are good fits. And I mean, Jalen Catalon was an All-American when he was healthy and he was playing here. And I don't know if there's an All-American safety on here, but
what's he doing now? Haven't heard anything about him at all.
He went to this school called Texas.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
but I'm saying, like, what has he done?
Nothing that I've seen. Because I actually looked at that, Joe. He hasn't played, at least hasn't logged any stats since the Oklahoma game. And so I was thinking maybe he's been hurt, which I assume that's probably the case. But yeah, I haven't heard much from him. I think he only has 15 tackles this year. So. Sometimes I forget that he's still playing and still over there at Texas. But Miles Slusher is
unfortunate for his career.
Oh, for sure.
The injuries that he's had to deal with.
Man, like back-to-back season-ending injuries of really tough things to deal with, and knowing that he was an All-American. Man, when he was healthy, I guess it was that 2021 or was it 2020? It's 2020 when he was fully healthy. Like he was an All-American for a reason. Dude was getting pick sixes. He was laying the wood on some guys. Like great player. Just, shame that it didn't really work out for him. Because Miles Slusher's at Colorado, right? And Fouché's already graduated. And
Fouché graduated? Wow. Man, it gets tough keeping up with where everybody is and how much time they have left remaining to play or if they're still playing.
Yeah. I think he was part of the 2018 class, I think, for Chad Morris. But, yeah, he's moved on. And we all know the situation with Greg Brooks and, the tumor that he had in his brain, which, haven't heard any updates, but they say last we heard, though, is he's still recovering and still going to be hopefully making a full recovery. But, yeah, scary stuff for him. So still hoping that he ends up having a full recovery. And then also we got people who have given us the options for Halloween costumes. This is actually a pretty good one. People say just go as if you want to go as much, just go shirtless with your arm in a sling.
Whoa. Now, see, he may take offense to that.
Yeah, because we knew how much he hated that, but at least it being in the sling. But to the point, though, if you wanted to show, hey, I'm dressed up as Muss, that would be a good way of doing it because I don't think I have the confidence to go shirtless. I'm not the specimen like Eric Musselman. I don't think I could pull that off, but it's possible. 501 says I should go as a fanboy. All right, I get that. That'd be pretty funny. Let's see. James in Conway says you just need to go as get one of those T-shirts that looks like a guy without his shirt on. So I don't think that would have the same.
That'd be funny too.
Yeah, because then it'd be
wear the T-shirt and then have a shirt in your hand and kind of wave it around.
Wave it around, and then in my sling hold the Diet Pepsi or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Like the creativity our listeners are bringing in.
On the stream, we have a comment when we were talking about Chili Dalton's Motorsport says all meat, minimal beans, Lots of cheese and saltines.
Okay, yeah, that's my type of chili. Like, I'll love all chili, but yeah, all the meats and all the cheese that I can possibly have, and the saltines. I do the is it the oyster crackers? Is that what they are?
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes, like, just in the bowl, I don't put in the entire pot of chili, but in my single bowl, I'll just put those in there and stir it up as part of it.
Fritos.
Ooh, yeah, Fritos, because it's just like a Frito pie,
Right.
essentially. Man, so you got me hungry over here. Can't wait for the chili season to get going. Patrick's in PB. What's up, Patrick?
Hey, guys, I had a quick question for you. We haven't heard anything else about the whole Reggie Chaney incident. Is there any news coming out about that at all? I can't find anything online. Thanks, Mike.
All right, thanks, Patrick. No, I don't think that they, from my understanding, and I'll double check, but they never released any sort of story behind it or what was the cause of it or anything specifically in his passing. So no, just no updates on that. But yeah, that was another, because that's what we talked about, just how many former Razorbacks or people that played at Arkansas or whatever, just how many of them were tragically passing so early and so young. And he was one of them too, Reggie Chaney, like 23 years old. Just really disappointing and sad to see. But yeah, never got an update on that. But if it does come out, though, we'll for sure pass that message along. All right, we're keeping it going on a Trash Talk Thursday, folks. And coming up next, we'll get to what's trending in the world of sports, talk about some of the headlines and everything that's going on in the world of sports. And I know we'll continue on with your phone calls and text messages. Keep it moving all on a Trash Talk Thursday here on Out of Bounds. So stay with us.
Arkansas Brewskis is excited about their second location, and it's time to add to the team. Brewskis North is hiring servers, bartenders, cooks, and managers. To apply, drop by our downtown location and fill out an application. If you want to work in a fun, professional environment, this is for you. Brewskis North is hiring servers, bartenders, cooks, and managers. Apply in person at Brewskis Downtown. For more info, check us out online at brewskispubandgrub.com. Brewskis, you're home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard of the current turmoil in the auto industry. Rising used car prices and declining new car inventory is clearly a real possibility. But this month, Watney Chevrolet strikes back with 0% on 2023 Silverados. Call 501-982-2102. Watney Chevrolet in Jacksonville anticipated today's car climate months ago by ordering extra new inventory and assembling a fleet of quality used cars. Call 501-982-2102. Trade now, because prices could soon be headed in the wrong direction. Plus, get the relief of no payments until after New Year's. Watney Chevrolet will get you right before the storm on the horizon. Watney Chevrolet, 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Call 501-982-2102. WatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet. Find new roads. All offers with approved credit.
Jackalope Cycling is passionate about the Arkansas outdoors. To help you enjoy this beautiful state, Jackalope offers an array of bike rentals to get you on the trails.
What about fly fishing from a bicycle?
You can't do that, but Jackalope also offers fly rods, reels, waders, fly fishing accessories, outdoor and camping gear.
Yeah, it'll be tough riding a bicycle and waders.
But you can still enjoy the Arkansas outdoors with Jackalope Cycling in Russellville or jackalopecycling.com.
Exergen thermometers are proven to be more accurate than non-contact thermometers. With children back at school, keeping them healthy is important. Clinical studies have proven that non-contact thermometers are inaccurate and can miss fevers. Accuracy matters. That's why the Exergen thermometer is trusted and used by medical professionals. Exergen thermometers are available at Walgreens and other participating retailers. Choose a trusted and accurate thermometer for personal use. Learn more about why accuracy matters at Exergen.com.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
If you're ready to upgrade your old ATV or side-by-side, then get in line for the all-new Tracker Off-Road 800SX Waterfowl Edition at any Bradford Marine and ATV statewide location. The Tracker Off-Road 800SX Waterfowl Edition comes standard with front and rear quack racks and is fully equipped for the hunt. Come get the best deal of the hunting season and save over $3,000 with special financing available. Hurry in to Bradford Marine and ATV and claim your Tracker Off-Road 800SX with standard quack racks today. Your authorized Tracker Off-Road dealer.
More than 70,000 people win every day playing scratch-off tickets from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. Winners like Amanda from North Little Rock.
I turned a $5 scratch-off into $100,000. Winning the lottery has helped me pursue my dream of owning a home.
People are winning all over Arkansas every single day. So get your ticket. It's time to play, scratch, and win. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Make it the event that everyone wants to attend by getting your meat for tailgates, parties, or just family get-togethers at Hoggs Meat Market. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
I'm going to stick my dick in the mashed potatoes. Go Hogs.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
If you're shopping for a vehicle, you want to get to Gwatney Chevrolet. Gwatney has best deals in the market, been doing it 60-plus years. Give them a call, 501-982-2102. It's less than a week until the end of the month, and we know that great deals happen at Gwatney Chevrolet all the time, but especially at the end of the month, you want to get those deals to happen at Gwatney Chevrolet. So take advantage of down payment allowance with trading in a cell phone. Current cell phone, it gets you $500. Flip phone, $550. Brick phone, $600. A bag phone is $700, and down payment allowance. Take advantage of no payments for the rest of the year. 2023 Silverados at 0% with approved credit. 2.9% is available on 2024 Equinox. Make the trip to the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville. Shop them online, GwatneyChevrolet.com. You can see all the deals, the cash allowances, the rebates, even appraise a vehicle, see just how much it's worth. They're giving thousands over book value, whether you trade that vehicle in or you sell it to Gwatney Chevrolet. Gwatney is always actively buying vehicles, so you get a great deal on the vehicle that you trade in or sell. See the entire inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles on GwatneyChevrolet.com. It's Gwatney Chevrolet, Arkansas's #1 Chevy dealer. Gwatney Chevrolet, GwatneyChevrolet.com.
It is a Trash Talk Thursday here on Out of Bounds, and got a great entry for the Halloween costume for me. If I go to Muss's Halloween party on the Southern Structural Solutions text line, comes from the 501, says, "Swear a Michigan sweatshirt with some binoculars and a poster that says, 'What's your sign?'" So that's going to be a popular sports one here recently, I'm sure, with the Michigan scandal going on. That's the thing I always appreciate is when it's sports-driven and, like, people do, like, created stuff like that. Like, I had a friend of mine who is a Cardinals fan, but for Halloween a few years ago, he dressed up as Steve Bartman, which, I mean, all you did was...
That's a good one.
Yeah, you just had the Cubs hat, kind of the sweatshirt or whatever, and then the radio. And everyone's like, "Oh, Steve Bartman." They knew exactly who it is. So
Andy Reid is a popular one, has been for a few years because of the Chiefs having success and winning a couple of Super Bowls.
Yeah. I think people have, not saying it's popular, I think people have dressed up as like Bill Belichick, just like with the hoodie and the cut off, and because people see that, they see just the shirt itself, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's who it is." Because somebody told me, they were like, "Oh, I'm going to dress as Tom Brady this year." I'm like, I guess if he wears his jersey, but I was like, what are you gonna do when you dress up as Tom Brady? Like, what's the distinguishment? Because none of us look like him.
Definitely the jersey.
Yeah, it's like none of us look like him as much as we would have liked to have looked like Tom Brady. Probably.
Matt Couch does, so he can pull it off.
Oh my goodness, he does. I've never put that together. Oh, see, now I'm never going to be able to unsee it. It's like every time I see him and posted on social media, I'm like, oh man, that's Tom Brady over there. So yeah, he can pull it off, and he's kind of tall too. So he's
roughly around the same height and everything.
Yeah, Matt, if you're listening, man, get on that if you haven't already. Make that happen. All right, so there's a few things happening in the world of sports. So let's talk about what's trending.
What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
All right, what's trending in the world of sports? Last night, NBA action in full swing and had some really great games. The Celtics-Knicks game was a great one, coming down to the wire, but Celtics get the victory there in New York, 108-104. And how about Kristaps Porzingis? 30 points. I heard Christian Weaver say, and saw it promoted around that it's the most points scored in a debut by a Boston Celtic ever. So pretty incredible.
Yeah, especially with some of the players that have played in that organization. But we know the key with Porzingis is staying healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's always going to be key with him. He's talented. He can do it all on the court, but it's about how much time he's able to spend on the court.
And a few other games of note from the NBA action last night. Had a high-scoring affair in the Pacers and Wizards game, 143-120. Pacers get the victory there. Have the Magic defeating the Rockets at 116-86. So I know that those are teams that are trying to get back into the swing of things. And Anthony Black only played 5 minutes last night for the Magic. Did have 5 points, went 2 of 2 from the field. So didn't get a whole lot of action just yet, but did play in some limited minutes. And also the Grizzlies fall to the Pelicans at home 111-104. But another great game, too, was that Mavericks and Spurs games. Got to see Victor Wembanyama.
He went off in the fourth quarter.
Incredible.
He was in foul trouble most of the game, but fourth quarter he was able to get it together.
It was funny. I was watching the game last night, or at least I had it on, and the graphic that they had on ESPN below was his stat line, like under the score ticker or scoreboard, and it didn't ever move. They just kept it there because he had 5 fouls. And I just thought that was so funny because I'm like, it's not like, oh, it pops up and then it goes away. It's like, no, it's just like, I want everyone to know, it's like, this is his stat line, and he's got 5 fouls, and just stayed there for a long time. But
yeah, he had 6 points the majority of the game. Getting to the fourth quarter, he scored 9. Missed a free throw on a chance for an and-one, so he had a chance to score double digits in the fourth quarter. But he'll continue to get better.
Yes, I also saw the crazy stat that he had pretty much the same numbers as Tim Duncan did in his debut for the Spurs. Tim Duncan went 6 of 9 from the field, apparently had 5 rebounds in that game, and also had, I think it was 1 block shot, something like that, but that was very similar to what they were able to do.
Oh, he blocked Kyrie's shot, it looked like, from about 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Kyrie, and we know that Kyrie, the way he's able to get the shot off, he thought that he was clear, and Wembanyama comes out of nowhere and blocks the shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are going to have to adjust with Wembanyama, and you can see why he was the number 1 player drafted in the NBA this past year.
The dunk he got, too, where he had the chance for the N1, looked effortless, where he got the ball, he did a pump fake and made somebody go by him, and he just barely jumped and dunked it and got fouled.
Yeah, he's going to be really fun to watch, not only this year, but for his career to come. But also in some other news, too, it's kind of being rumored around, but not surprising, that Dusty Baker has officially retired as the manager of the Houston Astros. He has been in 26 years as a big league skipper, of course, won the World Series with him, and I can't believe I forgot that this guy was 74 years old. I did not realize he was that old. I know that because he looks great for 74. He's doing a great job, but officially calling it quits and moving on into the next stage of his life.
Spending more time with the family. He was talking about the grandkids and missing so much time with his kids that are adults, but the grandkids, he said he wants to be able to spend more time with them. And, of course, getting that World Series championship was something that was important to him, and finally was able to get that within the last couple of years.
Because who was the manager that won the first one for the Astros? Can't remember his name.
Can't remember his name.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up because
I can see his face.
Yeah, that's it. And see the same thing. I'm going to kick myself once I hear it, but yeah, that's kind of crazy and kind of great, but shows also how great of a roster they had when they had 2 different managers, both of them were able to win World Series. But also in some other news too, in the NBA, Pacers coach Rick Carlisle got the big win last night. Agrees to a multi-year extension with Indianapolis. This is crazy. Recorded his 897th career win last night. And, I mean, it's maybe not crazy, just significant because it shows how long he's been around, how much success he's had, and the fact that he's still going there. And obviously they believe in what he's doing in Indianapolis. So, good for him.
Scoring all those points that they did, they seem to be on the right track. It's one game, but that's one of those teams that you kind of forget about. You don't think much about them until they are having success.
Also, the NFL with Deshaun Watson, they are unsure, and he's unsure how long his shoulder injury will actually linger because he says he doesn't know if he'll be able to play again as he continues to rehab. But he says, quote, right now we're not in a space where I should be out there. I'm trying to get a percentage where I can go out there and be very, very beneficial for the team, but it's just not right now.
We have some sound that we need to play. The comments, the back and forth that went with Brady Quinn, how that all started. Well, Brady Quinn was part of this, whereas Brady Quinn, LeVar Arrington, and Jonas Knox doing a radio show. But funny stuff. It's minimal from Brady Quinn, but just hearing LeVar Arrington kind of go on and their thoughts about him, funny stuff.
We'll have to play that in the next hour. But we're up against it because we have your top of the hour update coming up. And Dudley Dawson will be joining us of Hogville.net. We'll talk to him about Razorback recruiting, a little basketball action, and also a guy that just loves all of his sports. We'll talk to him about that and a lot more. So stay with us in the second hour of Out of Bounds because it's coming up next.
Roger Scott is warming up those vocal cords to bring you the Razorback Song of the Week on Morning Mayhem. Presented by Dr. Jimmy Tucker at Ortho Arkansas and 103.7 The Buzz.
Saturday, October 28th, make your way down to the Pine Bluff Regional Park for the Sissy's Log Cabin Smoke on the Water Championship, presented by Saracen Casino, one of the world's largest barbecue championships. This year's event is highlighted by the onstage tribute to Jimmy Buffett from Bluffett and his Son of a Sailor Band, a show that can't be missed with costumes, props, and conga lights, all the looks and sounds of Margaritaville. Music, barbecue, food trucks, vendors, and games for the kids. It can't be missed. For more information, visit smokeonthewaterbbq.com. This ad paid for with a combination of state funds and Arkansas's Land of Legends Tourism Association funds.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months. And River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
Get your popcorn ready. We've got the entertainment right here on 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Ryan Houston.
Little Rock police are investigating a shooting that left a man dead. They were called to a scene near Mableville Cutoff Road in southwest Little Rock just after 8 last night, where they found the man dead. They have not released any new information. If you know anything about what happened, you're asked to call the Little Rock Police Department. The Johnson County Sheriff is out of a job this morning after pleading guilty to felony drug charges. According to officials, Jimmy Stevens was arrested in December by Arkansas State Police working on a tip from the FBI. He was driving his patrol car in Crawford County when he was found with marijuana and pain pills. He claimed the drugs came from his confidential informants, but those people told the FBI they were selling it to Stevens. Stevens pled guilty to a drug charge and resigned as sheriff. For more news and weather, download the free KTV News and Weather apps from the Channel 7 Newsroom. I'm Ryan Houston.
Tune into Morning Mayhem every Monday as Wally Hall tells it like it is. Presented by Capital Smokehouse and Grill, Little Rock's favorite go-to lunch spot.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Mostly cloudy skies today. Temperatures back up into the low 80s and a 30% chance of a few scattered showers moving into central Arkansas, especially in the afternoon hours. Tonight's low drops down to 69. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Today's special at the Riverfront Steakhouse in the Wyndham Hotel. Dinner for two for $60. Split a 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, and our famous salad bar.
Hey, it's Houston Nutt. I'll be on Morning Mayhem every Wednesday this football season. We're going to get ready to hit that line and root on those Hogs, because we got the wood, y'all. And when you need a new pole barn, metal roof, or steel building, go see my friends at Reed's Metals of Benton, where you can buy direct and save online at reedsmetals.com.
We're back with Wild Bill at Motorsports Authority. Great selection here on the lot, but what about my trade-in, Wild Bill?
We'll trade for just about anything as long as you don't have to feed it. We'll put top dollar in that trade. I'm getting country fried crazy
you during this sale right now. And I'll tell you what, folks, it's a lot of fun to do business with us. So if you're wanting top dollar for your trade, you need to come see us.
You can check out the complete selection online at msastore.com. Better yet, come see us in Russellville on East Main, in Hot Springs on Central. You better get down here to Motorsports Authority.
Touchdown!
When it comes to bikes, here's what you want. Reliable, fast, and tough as nails. That's what you get at OCC. And after a crash, that's what you get at Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton.
Paul Sr. knows us. We're the Arkansas law firm motorcyclists have counted on for years.
We work fast to get you the best results, and we're tough where it counts, fighting for you.
Reliable, fast, tough as nails. These are the guys I'd call anywhere in the state. Dial 888-8888.
Non-lawyer spokesperson. Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Get big savings and big rewards during Pro-Vember at Lowe's. Right now, MVP's members earn 3 times the bonus points on DeWalt products and save $200 on a DeWalt sliding compound miter saw. Plus, earn 3 times the bonus points on Little Giant products and save $70 on a Little Giant multi-position 14-foot ladder. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 11/22.
Okay, everyone, gather round. It's time for corny jokes about passing the torch.
The team at Kirian's Welding was fused together solid.
Thanks for all the late nights and early shifts.
But double retirements mean the crew must bond with some certified new hires.
You've both gone the extra millimeter.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Q Myers.
He's a guy that was a former first-round pick, flamed out in New York with the Jets, flamed out in Carolina with the Panthers. He's in San Francisco, and I get that everyone giving him the benefit of the doubt because Kyle Shanahan's calling the plays. But at some point, it's like, okay, come on, man. Are you like the fountain of youth when it comes to the quarterback? like, are you the magic? Are you the magic water that everyone's drinking, and all of a sudden you're this extra level guy? I think that there's a big concern if Sam Darnold's behind center for the 49ers. Brock Purdy he's a guy, look, this is the thing. He's a guy that everyone was talking about. He's the leader in the clubhouse for the MVP. He's the leader in the clubhouse for the MVP. Brock Purdy is not just guiding the ship, he's leading the ship. So, okay, so now you're going to tell me that an MVP quality guy goes down with a concussion, is going to miss a game, and there's no concern with the backup quarterback coming in. Like, then that tells me that MVP candidate wasn't really that MVP candidate. He was just another guy.
How are you? My name's Scott Van Pelt, host of SV Pod, along with my partner in crime, Stanford Steve. What do we talk about mostly on the podcast, Steve?
Sports.
Some.
Parenting?
I feel like that comes up a lot. I feel like most recently I've needed some help because I feel like my shortcomings there are evident. It's life stuff, relatable content.
It's fun.
It's just two bald-headed goons just talking about nonsense a lot in a crowded podcast space. There's that one.
We're here.
Here we are.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about 2 things. Getting ready for company with the Samsung Family Hub Plus refrigerator.
And football.
That's right, Kirk Herbstreit. Search for recipes, check out scores, or even stream the game to the screen at the same time, so you never miss a second of the action. Which means you can make your famous buffalo chicken dip and have
more time for football.
For football. Upgrade your Saturday with Samsung and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios, this is Out of Bounds.
I think Kenny's ready. He obviously knows the offense. He's more knowledgeable than even what I thought in the run game. I've been into every meeting. I've stepped out of the one that I was in now to talk to y'all, but I'll go right back to it. So I'm trying to help him in every aspect I can in the running game. But he's ready for it. More importantly than that, he believes that he's ready for it, and the players believe that he's ready for it.
Yeah. With John Nabors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Joe Franklin.
We won't go in the shell. We're going to go in attack mode because that's what's required.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
My left
Left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put little baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble.
1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Nabors, Joe Franklin, broadcasting live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios with you today. And thank you as always for making us a part of your afternoon this afternoon. It's been a great Trash Talk Thursday so far. As we know, a lot of things in the sports world going on. It's almost hard to keep up with them. Got the NBA last night, got NFL tonight, got college football coming up this weekend, and Razorback basketball too. And we know the craziness in the news with Razorback football going on. It's the best time of year and the most fun time of year. So let's talk more about it as we go to the phone lines and welcome in friend of the show. And it's been a while, but it's always great to catch up with him about everything going on in the sports world. And it is Dudley Dawson of Hogville.net. And Dudley, appreciate you joining us as always, man. How you doing this afternoon?
No problem. Just boring as heck up here. Nothing going on.
Yeah, I bet so. I was going to lead off with just what do you think of all the craziness and just with the football side of things too? Coaching change, coordinator change, bye week, 2-6, 7-3 final. I mean, there's just so many things to write about and talk about.
Yeah, the number one thing was this was just Coach Enos's axing or sacking, however you want to describe it, just had to happen. I didn't even realize I'd been blocked on Twitter from him, but I didn't think I'd said anything. But just one of those things. It wasn't working out for a variety of reasons, both on and off the field. They made the move. Who knows? Who knows how this is going to play out the rest of this season? There are 4 winnable games, obviously, although that last one and the first one, you would have to be underdogs in for sure. But it just wasn't working. I think that's been the overall thing. I've never seen an offense go from one as good as it was to as bad as it was in such a short amount of time. And you can point to a few things with the players, but overall, I think you just have to put that at the feet of the offensive coordinator. And who hired the offensive coordinator? Well, that was the head coach. And you get all the credit, you get all the blame.
Dudley, how you talked about it going so bad so fast, but we've seen flashes during the season. Now, maybe it's more so on some of the defenses they were playing when we talk about LSU and it being able to score some points there and go back and forth. But also late in the game against Alabama, they were able to put some things together. So how does it go from being like that, being up and down, where you see it at its worst, and at other times you see that this is an offense that has worked?
Well, what they want the answer to be is that when they were scoring those points, they were in an up-tempo mode, which is something they certainly weren't in last weekend and haven't been in major portions of the ball game. I think one of the most cognizant things that came out of last Monday's press conference was Coach Pittman talking about how, well, we run all this stuff that we want to in practice, but it doesn't do it when it gets to the game. Now that's a failure at the top. If you running something in practice, that's what you're supposed to do in games. If you're not doing it, then I'm not sure why it didn't get situation didn't get taken care of quick enough. I think that Coach Enos is a good dude overall. He did good when he was here last time. Had one great season with Brandon Allen at the helm. But obviously, when you are not getting along or things are not working as they should have, as a coaching staff, it filters down to the players. And everybody wants to say that he lost the locker room and it's a situation where the players didn't respect him. Well, I think that the acrimony on the coaching staff was probably falling on down to the players. And, that was one thing that went in there. They can't block, can't run the ball is another thing.
So, Dudley, now with Kenny Guyton being the offensive coordinator and having the bye week and everything, people are just kind of wondering what the difference is going to be. Is there going to be a difference? How do you see it playing out with Kenny Guyton? And do you think that against Florida on the road, that maybe Arkansas's offense can look a little bit more improved than what we've seen from a few weeks prior?
Yeah, if I was them, I'd wish that they were playing Florida as national at home this weekend. I figure instead of going to Florida, that's not going to be the easiest thing. I do think, as I've been talking about, there's going to be more up-tempo. There's going to be better decision-making in certain situations. KJ is probably still going to be running for his life a lot. But one of the things that Coach Pittman has been saying just every Monday, these press conferences, is, well, we got to get KJ out of the pocket. And instead, KJ backs up and throws 39 passes and, doesn't get on the edge again. a communication thing there, an execution thing. I think you will see. I think you will see the offensive coordinator run exactly what the head coach wants to, and then we'll see how that plays itself out.
Because of the change being made, does this become a different sort of bye week? Like, do they change what they would normally do during a bye week this time of the year? Because of the change being made, do they go about things differently because of that?
Very good question, Joe, and they did. They Tuesday, Wednesday, and today they have run, for lack of a better way to put it, mock scrimmages so Kenny Guyton could get used to calling games. That's something he's never done before. He certainly was a great quarterback at Ohio State, has been under some great coaches, Tom Herman, whose name I'm sure will be mentioned up here if the job comes open. Also, he once was under Kendall Browse, both here and at another place. So he knows what he's doing, but the whole execution and doing it, getting out there, making decisions quickly, which they saw that they didn't get done last week, has to be, practiced and worked on. And so they did, instead of Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday being minor adjustments and having the young ones that you usually would during a bye week go up against each other, it was all hands on deck and trying to figure out how to get the offense going and how to practicing it, as strange as that sounds.
Speaking with Dudley Dawson of Hogville.net here on Out of Bounds. And Dudley, we know that Sam Pittman is finding himself in quite a pickle, sitting here at 2-6. But can you compare this to any other time or any other year that you've seen in Razorback football, which we've seen a lot of craziness and a lot of drama, but to have 6 losses, 5 of them being by 1 possession or less, and a lot of them against really good teams, and knowing that there's a coordinator change, it just seems like this is almost a new type of year that hasn't really been seen at Arkansas before.
Yeah, man. I guess if there was a moral victory category, they might be 3-2-3 or something like that. But all these close losses, while you have to give them credit for being in the ballgame, it also shows you that they're not winning the games that they did 2 years ago. And really, at the end of last year, they started dropping 1 possession games. It is a matter of being able to make the plays, being disciplined at the end, and that hadn't been the case here lately. That's not just this year, but the last year and a half. I think they've won 6 out of their last 18 games, 2 out of their last 12 SEC games. You're not getting what you should have been getting. Yes, it was a great schedule, or a real hard schedule that they had to go against, but you cannot sit around and make excuses. You cannot look for moral victories. You cannot sit here and say things are going to get better. They have to get better. I would think in these next 4 games, whether you win, however many winning you win or not, you better give the fans some hope, or they're going to flip everything around up here. I'm not saying he's going to get fired. Not saying he should be fired. That's not what I do as a beat writer. That's not ethically what you're supposed to do. But they have to show the fans and they have to show the administration some hope over these last 4 games to make sure it's not just let's trade out some of the offensive coaches or let's bring in a whole new thing.
Dudley, what have you seen from Razorback basketball so far, and what are you looking forward to seeing in this exhibition game versus Purdue?
They are really, really good. They tore Tennessee Corpus Christi, or I forget whoever it was now.
Tyler.
The hyphen thing, yeah. But they'll get a real test this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised. Purdue's number 3 in the country for a reason. They obviously had a horrible ending to last year, being one of the only few teams that has been the number 1 seed and lost to a number 16 seed. So I'm sure they've had a lot of angst over the season. I'm sure they'll come in here and play well. They may very well come in here and beat Arkansas. In fact, I would guess that the betting places would, if they have lines, would probably give Purdue edge there. But it will be good to see, for everybody to see this team. It is on SEC Plus. If you don't have a smart television, why not? The time's passing you by. But it should be fun up here this weekend. Arkansas has an exciting team, and you could see that last Friday night. They just dominated. They were an up-tempo. I don't know if he can play 7 or 8, man. He may have to play some more this year. He may have enough players he has to play more this year.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, Doug, when I'm watching them. It's just like they got so many different weapons and whatnot, and you don't want to look too crazy into it. But just knowing that compared to what it was last year, having 6 freshmen and 3 really talented McDonald's All-Americans, but then they lost Brazil. But this year, you got just upperclassmen across the board. Like, I never dreamed a million years that that Arkansas basketball would have a McDonald's All-American as a freshman who may not even play that much, and then Bay Fall may not even play that much. It just kind of shows the experience and the talent that you have.
Yeah, and that's true. One of the things about last year, and all those guys, or not all of them, but many of them are playing in the NBA, and watched them all over the course of the last couple of nights. There was a lot of talent, and a lot of NBA talent on that team, but there's far more experience, far more NCAA games, even NCAA tournament games that are among the squad here. There shouldn't be the learning curve that there was last year. That doesn't mean they're not going to lose a few games, because they've got some tough games both here and in non-conference and in tournaments and stuff. Doesn't mean they're not going to lose something, but they have the possibility, and I realize what I'm saying, and that's why I go possibility, potential, all that. They have the possibility to be better than they were the last 2 years, and that's saying something. They got hot at the end the last 2 years, though.
Trevor Brazile is expected to be the guy on this team. Devo returning, so we kind of know what we're getting with them, but of the new players, who's going to be the guy?
You know, Draymond Mack is somebody who's getting a lot of pub, and deservedly so. He's played on big time teams that have gone deep into tournaments and stuff. The guy that I think has a new leash on life after playing for Louisville last year, a horrendous Louisville team, and it showed in some of his stats and stuff. But Ernie Els, Ernie Els, I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. He's going to be able to, Ellis is going to be able to, I think, just have a breakout year and really give Arkansas a veteran influence who is just thrilled to be at Arkansas and out of Louisville.
Yeah, because
there's something to that.
Yeah, well, that's what I was kind of leading to my next thing is, these guys that went out of the portal, they committed to Arkansas pretty quickly, and, they had the team assembled, and it seems like just talking to them, they are all in about being here and just love being here and love playing for us, which, is always great to have as a team no matter what. But when you're building that, Dudley, it just once again reiterates the fact that this is a place that Muss can be successful at, that can win a lot. And I think people are starting to realize that, hey, not only can I win games being there, but he can help me get ready for the next level.
Yeah, and here's one of the other things. There were a lot of different people after them, the portal guys that transferred here. But in the big scheme of things, Arkansas didn't have to go all in. They have such a reputation now as a portal destination, one that can get you to the NBA. A lot of these kids love how they run Arkansas's college basketball program as a professional organization. And so it has become a destination place for portal guys, which, I don't know that everybody wants to be that, but he certainly has made the max out of that.
Dudley, with Halloween coming up, and, there's...
I'm not going as Barbie R. Kent.
Okay, good deal. So you do actually dress up, or what kind of plans do you have? You just have post trick-or-treaters coming by, give out candy? What do you do?
The lovely Petra and I, my wife, we don't necessarily go out and get costumes and spend that money, but we have over the years so many things we've picked up along the way that we could go in all pink if we wanted to. All the breast cancer gear and all that we picked up all year, but we will probably end up going to a buddy's having a Rocky Horror Picture Show thing. I might end up going as one of those characters just from stuff at home.
Can I ask which character you're going to go from Rocky Horror Picture Show there, Dudley?
Won't be anyone that wears fishnets. Probably be Brad. That's more me, and Patrick could be Janet.
Okay. Oh yeah, there you go.
That's nice to be able to fall back and already have stuff available where you don't have to go out and spend the money for it.
Well, I'm told by that same woman that I never throw anything away. That's not true. Just because I have Adam Wainwright shirts that that I bought when he was a rookie. That is not true.
Well, speaking of that, Dudley, I know, of course, your Cardinals aren't in the World Series, but you got a vested interest at all in watching it?
I somewhat feel sorry for Texas because of the way 2011 ended with the Cardinals. That was tough on them. Nelson Cruz, back when he was a young dude, took a step forward, wanted to get in that dog pile, and David Freese, got some stuff done. So I kind of feel sorry for them, and I've been down to their ballpark a lot and like some of their people. I do know that next baseball season they're going to have to say that former Arkansas second baseman Robert Moore's dad now works for the Texas Rangers. So they can always bring that into the cast, even though he's not been here for a while. So I think I'll probably sit there and root for Texas, but I do like Arizona's club. It's just nuts, though, man, that two of the last teams that made it in or ended up playing for the World Series. But that's why I love baseball. You can never tell.
Obviously, the Rangers, they're just hitting the ball really well. But if you've seen both these teams, do you think there's a pitching advantage to either side?
Yeah, I think that depending on Max Scherzer, and that's such a big thing. How many innings can he go? How many games can he give you? If he's right, then I give Texas the edge. But if not, then I really, really love Arizona's bullpen. I think that's going to be the edge there. Texas's bullpen has not been what it should have been down the last half of the season and even in the playoffs. So I think Arizona may have the bullpen edge, but as long as Max Scherzer's right, Nathan Eovaldi goes out there and takes care of stuff, then I think Texas will have the edge. And overall during the season, Texas was a better ball club than Arizona. Surely it will result back to the mean at some point here.
So what's it going to take for your Cardinals to be one of these teams next year?
Spending a heck of a lot of money. Our general manager has not been known to do that for pitching, but we're going to have to sign or trade for 3 to 4 pitchers. When that happens, I'll believe it. Because he's always talking about adding pitching, never does. But all that's left is Steven Matson, and we've got to, in Miles Michaelis, we've got to do something. But I'll win, lose or draw, I'll still be there after 60 years.
Dudley, 3 undefeated teams in the NHL. One of them happens to be the defending champs, the Vegas Golden Knights, and that happens to be your favorite team. They're off to a good start.
Yep, only 16 teams I read, because I'm not going to act like I've been an NHL team fan for all my life. Only been for about 10 years, but I've been with the Las Vegas Golden Knights the entire time. I stay up watching them a lot late at night. I believe that I would have been a great hockey player, because you can get away in hockey now what you can't get away with in football. It wouldn't give me all those personal foul penalties in football, but I love watching them. They're obviously really good, and I know that they are only one of 16 teams in NHL history that has been 7-0 after the first 7 games.
Well, I also, Dudley, because again we know who your teams are. It's an 82-game season, but Celtics looking pretty strong. Nice little win last night against New York on the road.
Yeah, the Unicorn played well in the first and third, kind of drifted away in the second and third. But, New York, the Knicks have always been tough for us. They beat us 3 out of 4 times in the regular season last year. I was happy to see that. I would have been there would have been much less energy on this phone call if they'd have lost last night. It would have been only one loss out of 82 games. But, man, it's that first game of the season seemingly always gets me in a good mood or a bad mood, depending. Should have known with the Cardinals the way they played the first game this year. So
I think the Celtics may be getting slighted a bit because all the talk in the East is about the Bucks. Now, of course, it's close. They still talk about them, but the Bucks making the one move and bringing in Dame Lillard, that's all the talk in the East.
Yeah, but I tell you what, as long as Chris Middleton's healthy and some of those others, I would like to thank them for facilitating the trade of Drew Holiday to us, in a roundabout way. We got better just as the Milwaukee got better, I think, with bringing Dame in. But it's going to be fun. There's some really good teams in the East. It used to be the West teams to decide who was going to be the champion. Now the East has, I think, kind of garnered all the publicity and has a lot of really good teams.
Well, Dudley, before I let you get out of here, I'm curious, something we've been talking about, I'm sure you saw on social media, if Arkansas sells out this Purdue game, which, by the way, they only have, according to the website, 6 tickets left. So if I card my chances, I get to go to the Eric Musselman Halloween party. Trying to figure out what I want to go as, though. What do you think would be a creative thing I could do? We've had some entries. I want to know your opinion.
Well, here's the thing, man. The last 2 weeks, I've seen him at the neighborhood market. Got the chance to talk with him there here in Fayetteville. And last night I saw him at Walk-Ons. We watched the Celtic game a little bit together. I think if you go as him, wear a costume as him, I think that might impress him. But you have to get really intense, man.
I know.
Can't be taking plays off.
Well, we've had some entries, Dudley, that said dress as him like when he had the sling and go shirtless.
No, I wouldn't go.
See, I wouldn't go. I'm going to do that. But
what I tell you, a baseball T-shirt is his way right now. So maybe you can put on a Texas Rangers T-shirt. He's been wearing that the past couple of days. So one of those. So
I thought about doing that. Maybe getting some nice tennis shoes and some pants, with like the polo. But then just carrying around like a Diet Coke and a little mini bottle, and just twisting it the entire time. I don't know, something like that. Might be able to be creative.
Shout out, are you kidding me a lot, too.
Yeah, and drop some expletives. It'll be great. It'll be perfect. So, well, Dudley, we appreciate as always, man, you coming on and joining us. Great stuff. You can follow him on Twitter at DED Sports. Enjoy it, man. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you later.
You bet. Y'all too. Anytime.
All right, that's Dudley Dawson of Hogville.net joining us. We'll take a break, come back with more Out of Bounds on Trash Talk Thursday. So stay with us.
Want to know about bass tournaments and some of the best fishing spots in the state? Well, tune in to Fishing Arkansas Sunday mornings with Big Sarge and his crew. Fishing Arkansas is presented by Fletcher Auto Group, Shelter Insurance Agent Jamie Marsh, Stanley Hardware, and Cooper's Nursery in Cabot. Fishing Arkansas every Sunday morning from 8:30 to 10 on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is SportsCenter.
Last night in the NBA, the Grizzlies fell to the Pelicans 111-104. Zion Williamson had 23 points and 7 rebounds in the win. The Thunder beat the Bulls 124-104 behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists. Isaiah Joe added 14 points and 5 rebounds on 3 for 6 from 3 off the bench. Anthony Black saw 5 minutes of game action at the end of the Magic's 116-86 win over the Rockets. He recorded 5 points, 1 assist, and 2 blocks in that time. The Mavericks survived the debut of Victor Wembanyama, winning 127-119. Luka Doncic had 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists in the win. Tonight there will be a doubleheader on TNT. First up at 6:30, the Bucks will host the 76ers. Then at 9, the Lakers will host the Suns. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
We're back here with Wild Bill at Motorsports Authority. Lots of folks talking football, but we're talking great deals, Wild Bill.
All of our customers are a winner right here at Motorsports Authority, folks. We're passing out the lowest prices possible for any vehicle that we got. We're passing out top dollars for the trades. We'll trade for just about anything as long as you don't have to feed it. And I tell you what, folks, we're having a great time right here at Motorsports Authority.
In Russellville on East Main and Hot Springs on Central or online at msastore.com. Get here to Motorsports Authority.
Go Hogs!
I know the last 3 years people have got accustomed to paying sticker price for a brand new vehicle. Well, it's not that way anymore at Red River Ram. If you're looking for a new Ram truck, we've got heavy-duty four-wheel drive trucks starting at $49,500 or up to $12,000 off sticker price for a Cummins diesel. And we've got $11,000 off Ram 1500 Bighorn four-wheel drive trucks. If you want the best selection and the best buying experience, make that beautiful drive right here to Heber Springs. Now during Ram Power Days.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
103.7 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorback football coverage each week. Brought to you by Genesis of Conway, Lion Legal, Bell Chevrolet, Blackman Auctions, Central Arkansas Cadillac, Bath Makeover of Arkansas, and Malvern National Bank. 103.7 The Buzz. The Hogs play here.
This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Do you own or operate Max, Volvos, Freightliners, Kenworths, Peterbilts, or international trucks? We can offer you the same dealership-level computer diagnostics with highly trained and professional mechanics without dealership wait times and cost. Whether you're a municipality, fleet, or small business with one truck, come see why our customers have made us the highest-rated independent repair shop in Arkansas. Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Take exit 7 on I-440 or call 568-2185.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months, and River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
Out of Bounds on location Friday with the team from Camping World at Simmons Bank Arena for the Arkansas Outdoor Expo. Tour over 50 fully staged RVs, take advantage of special RV Expo pricing, enter to win a new RV, and much more. This weekend with Camping World at Simmons Bank Arena.
Get only the best customer service and the best selection of meats at Hoggs Meat Market, where they have sliced boar head deli meats and cheeses. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
Hey! Turn that damn jukebox on!
On 103.7 The Buzz.
It's a great time to get to Twin Peaks for happy hour, 2 to 7. Later happy hour, 10 to close. Enjoy all the food and drink specials that go along with it. Get a lunch combo starting as low as $7.99. If you want to take some food to go, you can order online, curbside, or to go, courtesy of Postmates, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. Great drink specials during happy hour. Apps for $2, $4, and $6. Twin Peaks has plenty of seating inside and out. Wall-to-wall TVs to see all the sports action. Sports action going on tonight. It's Thursday Night Football. Bucks at Bills. World Series Game 1 tomorrow. Diamondbacks at Rangers. Coming up this weekend, there's boxing. Tyson Fury taking on Francis Ngannou. And that's going to be early in the daytime because they are fighting in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia. So, it is going to be an early fight. So get to Twin Peaks early on Saturday where you can watch some college football, but also the fights will be going on. And then there's NFL coming up this weekend. It's Twin Peaks, Eats, Drinks, Scenic Views.
It is a Trash Talk Thursday here on Out of Bounds. Appreciate Dudley Dawson joining us in the previous segment. And, we were talking about this Razorback basketball team, and I saw that Nolan Richardson, former Razorback great coach, a national champion, actually had a sit-down interview with Hoggs Illustrated and HogSports.com up in Northwest Arkansas. And he had a lot of compliments to say about Eric Musselman. He says, Muss has done a super job. I call him Super Coach. Because if anyone has a chance to win a national championship at Arkansas, it's Muss. The potential is there. That's the way I see it. The key is to get to the Final Four, then it's flip a coin and let's go. So very high remarks there from Coach Nolan Richardson about Eric Musselman and the job he's doing.
Oh, definitely. And we know that Coach Richardson is all about Razorback basketball, and he wants to see the best for them.
Yep. And shout out to you, Stan, because you hear it here. Nolan Richardson saying it himself that they're going to get a national championship. If they're going to, it's going to be Eric Musselman. So
Stan is not going to agree with that still. It doesn't matter that it came from Coach Richardson.
Yeah. Is it because of they don't have a statue up of him, or is it just because in general it's never going to happen?
Because of the statue.
Because of the statue. Okay. Well.
Yeah, Stan says once the statue is there, then the curse will be lifted. They'll be able to win.
Yeah, the curse of not having a statue of Nolan Richardson. So, but hey, I agree with Stan. It does need to have one up there, and hopefully it happens here very soon. Also, in some interesting news too, a coach that everyone's been throwing around for the sake of Arkansas coaches, and even though Sam Pittman's still the guy and hasn't been fired yet, Urban Meyer's the one who gets thrown around, which I just crack up laughing because there's just no chance. But I did laugh when he was doing a recent episode of Urban's Take with Tim May. It's just a little podcast and whatnot. And they asked him who is the best college football coach right now. Like, who's the best college football coach in the game? And I'm interested because, Urban Meyer's obviously one of the better college football coaches of this generation, won 3 national titles, 2 of them with 2 different schools. And it was surprising to see his answer where he said Kyle Whittingham is the best college football coach in the country right now.
Yeah, but, he spent some time at Utah also, and they have a great relationship, great friendship, and he knows the type of work that Coach Whittingham puts in. So not really a surprise when you think about all the success they've had, and they do have that connection because first thought is maybe he'd say Ryan Day because of Ohio State and those connections, but he has a connection to Coach Whittingham.
Yeah, because Whittingham just took over when Urban Meyer left, and he's been there since.
Yes.
So you talk about a tenured coach that's been there for a long time, and not saying that Utah's this terrible job or whatnot, but to have the consistent success that Kyle Whittingham has had while also joining the Pac-12, which of course now they're not going to be in the Pac-12 anymore, but still joining the conference and not even hesitating, just continuing to have a lot of success, winning that conference in general. Has been pretty incredible. So
Urban Meyer, he knows the history of that program, what it takes to recruit there. They do get a lot of recruits from the L.A. and Southern California area. and then they recruit well within the state, but they have to recruit against BYU, one of their main rivals. So he, had knowing the background also, then that's why you could see him giving a nod to Kyle Whittingham as well.
So Utah is going to be in the Big 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm getting all mixed up of who's going where. I feel like it's like more the northern schools plus the LA schools going to the Big 10 because you got Washington and Oregon going to the Big 10. State and Oregon State are staying in the Pac-12 or whatever it's going to be. And then going to is Arizona State, and Utah. And
yes, they're joining Colorado, who already made the announcement
into the Big 12, and then you got Cal and Stanford joining the ACC. What a mess! What a mess that is. Just wild to keep up with. But no, I just thought it was interesting because the Kyle Whittingham thing is, people say Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, which everyone's got their own opinion on it, but I think there is something to be said about coaches who find consistency, find tenure, and even if they don't have a national championship, which Kyle Whittingham does not have. To be able to have that longevity and have the success that he's had is definitely worth noting at a place like Utah. So
for Trash Talk Thursday, here's some of that trash talk that LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, and Jonas Knox that they were talking about Deshaun Watson, quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Does Deshaun Watson want to play?
I don't know, dude.
Does he want to play?
I don't know.
I mean, at some point, I guess he can't say he doesn't want to play because then they probably be able to go after his money, but does he want to play?
How could you not want to play with a defense like that you're going to have a shot to win?
Because you get $230 million guaranteed no matter what. It's kind of that. I mean, now he doesn't if he retires, but as long as he just ekes this thing out the next 5 years, I mean, they can cut him, they can do whatever they want. Like, he plays bad enough, they can cut him, they still owe him $230 million.
The Browns are going to make a run with P.J. Walker starting as their quarterback for the majority of this year, and their $230 million starting quarterback on the bench.
Chilling. The trust fund baby just chilling.
That's an expensive backup quarterback.
Hey, while you can have whatever opinion you may want to have on it, he has maybe single-handedly ruined the opportunity of any other player ever. Ever getting. And I mean ever.
Every owner's like, Exhibit A. This is exactly why we're not giving you guaranteed money.
When I said don't ever come around here again, like never, ever come around here again asking for a guaranteed contract.
I mean, listen, Brady Quinn's been pounding the table for years on Fox Sports Radio. I wish they would take the backup quarterback job a little bit more seriously, start paying these guys and really invest in this. Well, Cleveland's investing $230 million in a backup quarterback, so clearly.
I mean, that's an important position.
Yeah, so good for Cleveland.
So that was how the back and forth started about Deshaun Watson and Brady Quinn being in on that. But some really funny comments from those guys just talking about that entire situation.
Because his contract is fully guaranteed?
It's fully guaranteed.
Oh, man. And I guess I forgot about that part that it was fully guaranteed, but man, that is.
Brady Quinn also went on to talk about some of the insiders, and that was where the comments really took off, that he's been having conversations with, and they were saying to him that Deshaun Watson is a top 5 quarterback, and Brady Quinn's like, when? Like, he's not now, and even when he was playing at his peak, he wasn't a top 5 quarterback, according to what Brady Quinn says. So he said that, he was kind of going back and forth with those guys because they were saying that Deshaun Watson is that quarterback, and this is why they believe in him, and this is why he got paid the way he did. And Brady Quinn is saying no, he doesn't agree with that at all.
Well, the thing is like, how much money that Deshaun Watson is going to make. Do you feel like there is something to the story of maybe he's just kind of not really putting in the work?
I don't think he's like they said chilling, where it's like I don't want to play, but I think he is taking it a little more serious, where it's like if he doesn't feel fully healthy and ready to go, and he's not going to put anything out there and play through that injury, he's going to wait until he's fully ready to go. And if that means having surgery at some point, maybe he wants to do that. But for right now, he's trying to get healthy. He's not going to put himself at risk and take any unnecessary punishment because, as they mentioned, he's paid regardless.
Because how old is he at this point? I think he's like late 20s?
He should be in his late 20s.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, if he I still think at the end of the day, competitors want to compete, and working in towards that contract. I mean, he did have some success when he was with the Texans and everything, but I don't know. I just have it's one of those things where it's as if he's not going to play or if he's having issues with his injury and all that. That's unfortunate, but at the same time, he's going to be just fine because of how much money he's been guaranteed and how much he's going to be making. So,
he's 28 as of September.
Okay, and how many years is when the contract was? It 10 years? 5 years?
5-year contract.
Man, that's
$230 million.
Incredible.
Fully guaranteed.
Incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Yeah. Not exactly feeling bad for him in his pocketbook right now. Before we take a break, let's get Brent in Stuttgart in. What's up, Brent?
What's up, John and Joe?
Hey, Brent.
What's up, man?
Hey, before I get going, John, A.J. Hinch was the manager of the Astros.
Yes. Yes, good call.
Stanford Cardinal. Now, I'm going to say something that might not be popular. Imagine that. I'm starting to compare 100-year checks to Jimmy Haslam.
Why is that?
Oh, he signed Sam Pittman to a $6 million a year contract when he had no business to. Okay? I mean, he could have got Deshaun Watson, giving him $258 million. I don't blame the man for not playing. Pay me, I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? But can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
When is somebody on the offense, our offensive leaders, going to step up and say, we didn't do Dan Enos a service because we might not have played as hard as we should have for him? Can y'all answer me that question?
But, Brent, that's part of the problem as to why he may be gone and why they made that decision, because if the players, if they have some kind of issue with him and they're not playing for him, that's a problem.
Hey, but Joe, what are the players supposed? They're supposed to play the game, right? They're supposed to play as hard as they can. Don't beat around the bush. I mean, that whole thing, we're going to end up maybe a smooth 3-9, maybe a smooth 3-9.
Yeah,
but we're looking 2-10 right now.
Yeah, but Brent, it's also like you got to look at human nature, man. If you're doing and putting all this work and doing all this work and doing all this work, and then you're getting no result of it, you're losing games, you're just going to be disheartened by it. And if you're not seeing the results out there, you're going to be disappointed by it, and it's just not going to help you be motivated and stay motivated. Everyone's human beings. It's the way it is.
But at some point, I'm just saying, at some point, K.J. Jefferson should have taken that offense by the throat and said, I got to play better. I got to have better.
Hey, we got to run, Brent. Hey, we appreciate your phone call. We got more Out of Bounds coming up next.
The Arkansas Outdoor Expo is coming to Simmons Bank Arena in North Little Rock, October 27 through 29. Tour over 50 fully staged RVs and take advantage of special RV Expo pricing on the top RV floor plans. We'll have RVs starting at less than $5 a day. Food and entertainment, plus a chance to win an RV as part of the Ultimate RV Giveaway. Learn more at campingworld.com/Arkansas Expo. See dealer for details and disclaimers.
Back by popular demand, Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville is letting you phone in your down payment this month. Instead of trading your old phone for a new phone, trade your old phone towards a car at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. This month at Gwatney, your old phone qualifies as a down payment allowance. Phone stores just want to trade for the newest model. Trade your phone for a new ride, and we'll give you even more value for your older phone. A current phone equals a $500 down payment allowance. Flip phone, $550 down payment allowance. Brick phone, $600 down payment allowance. But bring in Grandpa's old bag phone, that's a $700 down payment allowance towards your new ride. Plus, no payments until after New Year's. Everyone has an old phone, and everyone gets approved. 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. 501-982-2102. WatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Southern Bank presents Family Feud on 103.7 The Buzz. Tune in to Morning Mayhem on Tuesday mornings for your chance to play with Justin Moore, David, and Roger. Family Feud on Morning Mayhem brought to you by Southern Bank. Bankwithsouthern.com.
Hi, neighbor. It's Garen with Shamrock Roofing.
Fall is upon us. Don't go into the cold, wet winter months wondering if your roof will hold up till spring. Get peace of mind today. For the next 30 days, we're offering a free impact-resistant roof upgrade. Plus, if you've been denied coverage by your insurance company after the storms, you qualify to win a new roof for free. Just visit shamrockroofer.com for more details. Shamrock Roofing, where one call does it all at shamrockroofer.com.
Tune in to 103.7 The Buzz as Justin Acree and Wes Moore broadcast live from each meeting in the Little Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Urology. Justin and Wes will broadcast live from the Doubletree downtown, bringing you interviews with each speaker and their comments to the club live. Monday, the Little Rock Touchdown Club welcomes SEC Network's Chris Doring. That's The Zone live at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, brought to you by Arkansas Urology.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
Tune in each Friday for the Birch Tree Community's high school football game of the week with R.J. Hawk, Kyle Sutherland, and Josh Nabors. Birch Tree Communities, a place called home. For more information, visit birchtree.org.
A motorcycle seems pretty simple. It has one engine, two wheels, and plenty of attitude. But you crash one of these babies, and things get complicated quick. That's when you need these guys.
At Rainwater Holton Sexton, we keep it simple. When the insurance company tries to pay you less, we fight to get you more.
No hassle, no confusing legal terms, and no fee unless we get money for you.
Keep it simple. Call Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. Motorcycle crash, anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888. Non-lawyer spokesperson.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater, Bob Sexton.
Check out Hoggs Meat Market's monthly specials and meat packages at hogsmeatmarket.com. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
Third down goal to go, just outside the 5. In the gun, KJ, bad snap, ball's on the ground. Jefferson picks it up, rolling right. Got a man, touchdown Arkansas! Armstrong in the back of the end zone. The snap hit the turf. KJ never panicked, picked it up, rolled right, and the throw was right on the money.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
It's Out of Bounds here on a Trash Talk Thursday, and one place that we will never talk trash about is Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart, because we know it is hunting season, and they're having a huge preseason Sitka sale, and you won't want to miss out on it. From now through Halloween, you can save a whopping 20% on all Sitka clothing, bags, and accessories. That's right, 20% on the gear that you need for deer and duck season, both online and in store. And if you're on the hunt for the ultimate Christmas gift for the outdoor person in your family, skip the Black Friday chaos, because which is nonsense anyways, and just get the premium Sitka gear now for a sweet 20% discount. But don't wait. This offer ends at the stroke of midnight on Halloween, which is next Tuesday. It's amazing that we're already here at the end of the month of October, but as soon as Halloween hits midnight, it is over for this great sale at Max Prairie Wings. The selection is massive, and the savings are incredible. So visit Max Prairie Wings at maxpw.com. That's MACKSPW.com. And if you spend $99 or more, you'll get free shipping. So don't miss out on this limited time offer. Upgrade your outdoor experience with 20% off Sitka gear today. Discount is applied at checkout. Max Prairie Wings, the hunt begins here. Again, it is a Trash Talk Thursday here on Out of Bounds. Appreciate everybody listening in. We'll have your Razor Hog update presented by True Service here in just a little bit. And have on our Southern Structural Solutions text line real quick, I see Dakota says, I will be destroying anyone in my path tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. during Saracen's poker tournament. So, okay, Dakota, see what you're going down there, having some fun in the poker tournament down there at Saracen.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, it'll be good. In fact, I may see you down there, Dakota, because I am going to be having dinner at the Red Oak tomorrow at 7 o'clock at Saracen Casino. So really look forward to that. Haven't been yet. Heard nothing but amazing things. And, of course, we love Saracen and Bet Saracen being a part of Out of Bounds each and every day here, but heard so many great things about the steaks, and can't wait to try that out and seeing the great things that's going on with Saracen Casino. It'll be good to be down there once again. So
it's always a great time there.
Mm-hmm.
And so many things to get into.
Oh, yeah. And during this time of year, too, it's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to it. And maybe I'll see you out there, Dakota, checking it out and get you some winnings there at the poker tournament at Saracen. All right, so we have a few things to get into as far as your Razor Hog update. Get to hear from Sam Pittman, a little bit more from Eric Musselman, so let's go ahead and dive into it.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Arkansas wins the national championship! The Arkansas Razorbacks have completed the dream season!
Hogs by 90! This is your Razor Hog Update on Out of Bounds, presented by True Service Community Federal Credit Union, where they offer new mortgage loans, refinancing, auto loans, and small business loans. Online at trueservice.net.
All right, so for your Razor Hog update, Sam Pittman was on the SEC teleconference this week and talked more about how they got to cut down the volume of the playbook offensively.
And then also, you mentioned on Monday cutting down the playbook. Just what does that process look like? Do you look at, see which ones have been the most efficient? Do you talk to KJ, see what he's comfortable with? Just how do you go about cutting down the playbook?
I think you are right with what you're saying. I think obviously we did. We went to our most efficient runs, what they may be, and then we looked at, does that fit what Florida's doing, like you would any weekly game plan. Certainly have talked to the quarterbacks about, or KJ specifically, about what he feels good about running in the offense, about his throws, about his potential to run. And then we obviously have to take in consideration our offensive line, what we can do and what we're not doing well. And if we're not doing it well, it doesn't matter what your design of the play with. If we can't block it, then it's not going to have success. So we've obviously done a lot of soul searching inside, trying to find out how we can be a efficient offense, and we're continuing to work on that as we go forward.
It's been a pretty crazy week for many reasons, but Kenny Guyton is the new offensive coordinator for Arkansas. So how has this week been so far?
Yeah, good question. I think Kenny's ready. He obviously knows the offense. He's more knowledgeable than even what I thought in the run game. Obviously, I've been in every meeting. I stepped out of the one that I was in now to talk to y'all, but I'll go right back to it. So I'm trying to help in every aspect I can in the running game. But he's ready for it. More importantly than that, he believes that he's ready for it, and the players believe that he's ready for it. So I think it's been, I go back to Auburn last year and Cadillac going and him becoming the head coach, and they beat A&M and they beat Western Kentucky. They played Mississippi State real tough, who was a really fine team on the road. It's all about we lost our spirit on offense, and we've got to get it back. I think Kenny has a great rapport with the kids, and he's very knowledgeable, and I think the kids believe in him, and that'll make us play better right then and there. We obviously have to block them better, and we have to do things like that, but you also have to have the enthusiasm to do that, and I think that's what he's bringing to our offensive staff.
Also, for the Razorback basketball team, we know they're going to be facing off against Purdue this weekend in an exhibition game, and Zach Edey is the reigning player of the year. He's going to be coming to town, and he is a big dude at 7'5". So how are Eric Musselman going to prepare for not only Purdue, but for Zach Edey?
Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons that we were so excited about playing Purdue, is you're talking about, maybe the hardest player in college basketball to game plan against because of his size, because of his skill level, and because of his teammates that play surrounding him. Coach Painter's done a great job of getting shooting to surround a player that's got great skill interior. So I would say that this prep to prepare for Coach Painter team, they're tough, they execute, a lot of continuity. I would say that they're for sure way ahead of where we are today, and they're probably way ahead of a lot of other programs. And then you add in the fact that they played 4 games overseas with a bunch of returners. This is a team that's going to present a lot of things that we need to try to cover between now and Saturday afternoon.
So we'll find out more about Saturday afternoon with Arkansas taking on Purdue. Again, tip is 3 o'clock. You can listen to it right here on 103.7 The Buzz, and it'll also be on the SEC Network Plus. And a shout-out to Trevin Brazil, who has landed on the Karl Malone Power Forward of the Year watch list in college basketball. So kudos to him, and that is your Raise Your Hog update presented by True Service. Before we take a break, let's try to squeeze Jake and Cabot in here. Jake, what's up? You got about a minute, man.
Hey, John. Hey, Freak. Good to talk to you guys. I got a real quick question. I asked this last night, and no one could answer me. Why is Dominion getting the bulk of the carries over A.J. Green when A.J. Green clearly outperforms him on the field?
Jake, why is the offense doing anything that they've been doing the entire time? I mean, that kind of goes with your whole point. I wish I had an answer for you, but I don't know. A.J. Green's look good. They're a different type of running backs. I think Dominion's perfectly capable, but there's just been a lot of bad decisions and head-scratching decisions for this offense, and maybe that'll change. Maybe it'll be better against Florida, but we'll have to wait and see. Appreciate your phone call, man. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Brandon Marcello of 24/7 Sports will be joining us to talk about college football with him and what he makes of Sam Pittman in Arkansas going forward. You won't want to miss it, so stay tuned here on Out of Bounds.
At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
Football fans, tailgate season is here, which means it's time to score touchdowns and savings for your vehicle. At All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer incredible deals and service like your daddy used to get, with the financing options that fit your budget. With our team by your side, you'll get MVP service along with the traction and confidence you need to stay on the road. Visit us online today at allabouttireandbrake.com. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Fence Brokers presents Zach Williams every Tuesday when he gets in the zone with Justin and Wes to talk about what's happening on the Hill and what to expect from this week's big game. Zach Williams in the zone from Fence Brokers, going the extra mile.
The great American pastime. Do you smell that? That's the smell of men being men. I think I'm ready. On 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
A man in Hope is facing 25 years in prison for using the internet to entice a minor to engage in sexual activity. 36-year-old Jonathan Haney, officials say, used a dating app to entice a 12-year-old girl to meet him for sex. The victim disappeared from her mother's home in April of 2021 before reappearing alone the next day at a Columbia County gas station. Haney's DNA was found on the victim's clothes. Police arrested him near Sulphur Springs, Texas. There's growing concern over a recent spike in tuberculosis cases in northeast Arkansas. Craighead County alone has seen 6 TB cases this year. In all of greater eastern Arkansas, there have been 27 cases in the past 2 years. Healthcare officials say to be sure to see your doctor if you experience symptoms or have potentially been exposed. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Mostly cloudy skies today. Temperatures back up into the low 80s and a 30% chance of a few scattered showers moving into central Arkansas, especially in the afternoon hours. Tonight's low drops down to 69. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Today's special at the Riverfront Steakhouse in the Wyndham Hotel. Dinner for 2 for $60. Split a 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, and our famous salad bar.
This is Trey Reed from the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz, inviting you to join Mark Hedrick and me Tuesday nights at 7 p.m.
Brought to you by West Rock Landing at Lake Maumelle, Edwards Food Giant, All About Tire and Brake, Battery Outfitters, and Trader Bill's Outdoors, Hot Springs, and Little Rock locations.
It's the Wild Side, Tuesday at 7 p.m., only on 103.7 The Buzz.
The end of the year is near, and Gwatney is pulling out all the stops to remain Pulaski County's #1 Buick GMC dealer. Big pre-owned inventory and even bigger discounts on new Buicks and GMCs, even with manufacturer price increases. Gwatney Buick GMC next to Sam's in North Little Rock is selling new 2024 models at 2023 prices. You've seen the news. The time to trade is now, before the current auto industry climate skyrockets used prices and all new inventory is depleted. Don't wait. Call Gwatney 501-945-4444. It's the end of the year blowout. Only at Gwatney Buick GMC in North Little Rock. Interest rates as low as 0.9%. And get new and pre-owned vehicles with no payments for the rest of the year. Stop by Gwatney Buick GMC and register to win a new Hummer. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. 501-945-4444. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with approved credit.
Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center in Benton proudly offers compassionate and loving care to our veterans, meeting the unique needs of every veteran who calls Heartland home. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV? What? Oh, no way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
See Agent Steve Ferguson in Little Rock, Bo Beavis in Cabot, or Daniel Vickers in Sherwood.
Roger Scott. I'm going to talk to you about Sigma Supply Packaging Products and how they think outside the box. Sigma Supply, they're problem solvers. Now, they've been helping business owners for years with their waste audit analysis program. They're going to come in, they're going to analyze your packaging and shipping and see if automation is what you need to cut costs. Call or text Sales Manager David Breitenberg with Sigma Supply, and you can schedule your waste audit analysis. Here's the number, 501-617-4600. Sigma Supply Packaging Products. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. And it can all be found at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is orange chicken for only $7.49 per pound, paired with vegetable fried rice for just $4.99 per pound.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios, this is Out of Bounds.
I think Kenny's ready. He obviously knows the offense. He's more knowledgeable than even what I thought in the run game. I've been into every meeting. I've stepped out of the one that I was in now to talk to y'all, but I'll go right back to it. So I'm trying to help him in every aspect I can in the running game. But he's ready for it. More importantly than that, he believes that he's ready for it, and the players believe that he's ready for it.
Yeah.
with John Nabors.
Every time you put a mic in my face, I'm going to say Arkansas.
And Joe Franklin.
We won't go into shell. We're going to go into attack mode because that's what's required.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note.
2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Appreciate everybody listening in on this beautiful day here in the great state of Arkansas. John Nabors, Joe Franklin, broadcasting live from the Hoggs Meat Market Studios with you today. And thank you as always for making us a part of your afternoon this afternoon. It's been a fun-filled Trash Talk Thursday, and there's plenty of things going on in the sports world. It's been so fun. College football, though, is still really in the targets of so many. And it's been a crazy week for Arkansas football, and people are just wondering what's next, what's going to be happening. Well, there's someone that knows a lot about college football, and especially in the SEC, and especially at a place like Arkansas, and that's Brandon Marcello of 24/7 Sports, who is actually one of, if not the original person, who did report the firing of Dan Enos at Arkansas and has been in the know and really has a good indication, a good pulse of not only what's going on in the college football landscape, but also what's going up on the Hill. And it's fascinating to catch up with Brandon about not only Arkansas, but where they go from here and the future that they have and what it's going to look like. So let's go ahead and hear from the man himself and sees how he feels Arkansas can overcome this obstacle and get back on the right track under Sam Pittman in the Razorback football program. Right now here on Out of Bounds, we're joined by a very special guest, a man that knows all things about college football. We're joined by a very special guest, a man that knows all things about college football and the goings-on throughout the entire sport. It is Brandon Marcello of 247sports.com, national college football expert, and he joins us now. What's going on, Brandon? It's been a while, man. How you been?
Not much. I've been well. I can't believe we're more than halfway through the college football season. It makes me sad.
I know, right? It is a sad thing. You know, just overall thinking about how quickly it's gone, how much we anticipated it being here since – we're a little way past half point. I'll just start right there. Like, what has been probably the biggest surprises or the most surprising thing to you this college football season so far?
Most surprising, I would say, man, there's a few things. One, to be honest, I thought USC's deep would actually have something of a defense this year, and they look worse than they do last year defensively. I'm shocked by that, quite frankly. I'm surprised that Alabama has seemingly not found its mojo as a team and had everything coalesce here by the midpoint of the season. They just do not look obviously like a playoff team. I'm surprised at how well Jaden Daniels has been performing for LSU. I mean, I think right now he should probably be the Heisman favorite, though I think J.J. McCarthy at Michigan will end up winning it. But he's absolutely just carried LSU all season. He's the only reason why they're even in contention in the SEC West right now. And then Clemson. I don't think they're running Garrett Riley's offense. I think Dabo's still holding them back a little bit. And I think there's a little infighting going on there because this past weekend, I was in Miami for Clemson, Miami, and some other things. I was on assignment, and the very final play, a 2-point conversion to force a third overtime, I think. Kay Klubnik, the quarterback, who we all were marveling over last year, he decides to not hand the ball off on a designed run play. He keeps it himself and gets just demolished to end the game. There's just some weird vibes going on there at the Clemson program. And we might be able to get in this too, but it kind of extends into, man, what a terrible 3-team trade that happened last offseason among Arkansas, TCU, and Clemson. Like, no one is for the better with those offensive coordinator trades.
Yeah, I know. And it's like you brought up the whole infighting and offense, and I just couldn't help, of course, first thing think of just with Arkansas and the Dan Enos situation, man. And you were on top of it and reporting that he got fired. And, it's always tough to have in mid-season coaching changes at the head coaching position, but then a coordinator position. And at an Arkansas team, it's so unique because, yeah, they're 2-6, but 5 of those losses are by 1 possession. And then I just witnessed in person a 7-3 final in the modern era of college football. Didn't think that was ever going to be possible. To me, that's, of course, here in Arkansas, that's who we cover, but what a weird, bad, overall just awkward situation that the Razorbacks have in football right now.
Terrible hire, Dan Enos. And like, you know, as a reporter, I pick and choose my spots to be objective on, but I've been saying it for the last 2 years. Arkansas is going to look back at the day that they lose Barry Odom and Kendall Briles and go, oh man, we did have it pretty good. Yeah. Now, defensively, Arkansas is not that bad. They're pretty good considering the talent they had coming back. And Travis Williams, again, I think is an up-and-coming coach, defensive coordinator, and he's another guy that Arkansas is going to have to try and keep a hold of here in the next 2 or 3 years, I think. But offensively, as a program, you got to kind of figure out what your identity is. And if to go from a veer and shoot, whatever you want to call it, with Kendall Briles, that is not necessarily unique, but is very specific and particular about the personnel and the offense it runs, to just go, hey, let's go get Dan Enos and run a pro-style offense that has all this verbiage, and let's just change everything up that doesn't necessarily fit the personnel that's on campus. What? And it was sold as, hey, we're getting KJ Jefferson more ready for the NFL, getting Rocket Sanders more prepared for the NFL. It's like, that's great. What the hell are you doing to prepare Arkansas to win games week to week? Because that ain't it, bro. It's just not. You didn't have the offensive line to run that system. You certainly did not have this game-breaking speed at the receiver spots to be able to run this offense. And my goodness, I watched probably about an hour of that game against Mississippi State, the end of the third quarter all the way through the end of the game. And I'm sure you're aware, and your listeners and people watching this are aware, ESPN's commentators were just going all in, ripping apart Dan Enos' system, whether it was from the fundamental things, the technique, the spacing. I mean, just ripping it apart. I mean, a junior high coach could have been doing better what Dan Enos was doing, apparently. That's what it made it sound like. And again, it was a hire that just made you go, other than he coached with Sam Pittman on the Brett Bielema staff, like how's this make sense? And, you know, listen, sometimes just common sense is common sense. And this past week, Mississippi State and Arkansas met, where both teams decided to just go completely away from the offensive identity that had been installed there the last 3-4 years. And what do you know? Neither was really working. And we got the 7-3 extravaganza that we got on the field that was honestly more boring and more disgusting than what we were expecting from Iowa and Minnesota later the afternoon.
Yeah, because I was thinking going into that game and just seeing the season so far that the offense, of course, have had its problems, but it just kept getting worse and worse as time went on. And I guess the thing that I looked at is, you know, Dan Enos has been around offenses before, and he knew what he had in walking in. And then, but also Pittman, knowing that it was a Kendall Briles offense that was, you know, obviously very effective. Like, you could say what you want about the defense last year, but Arkansas's offense was actually very good. You had a 1,400-yard rusher, and KJ was solid when he was healthy. And I guess that's the ultimate question of what got into Pittman's head of why hiring someone like that. Like, what was it that Dan Enos could bring that other people couldn't?
I thought, you know, I don't know if you were at Media Days, but if you remember, you know, SEC StatCat, that crew, Clark Brooks and them, they straight up asked Sam Pittman at SEC Media Days, like, you know, Dan Enos is not known for explosive plays. At Arkansas the past couple of years, you've been the most explosive offense as far as just yards gained through the passing game and running game, 20-plus yard gains. Like, what makes you think this is going to work? And Pittman really didn't have an answer. He tried to talk his way out of it, but boy, I mean, they know what they're talking about, and it proved true. I mean, Enos he's not the type of guy that's going to get you explosive plays. And for that matter, again, like this offense, you got to get that. And listen, I understand that Arkansas this year doesn't necessarily have explosive speed, game-breaking speed at receiver, but guys like Isaac Tesla, those are guys that they should be utilized a little bit more to attack the linebackers, get behind them. I mean, I went to a couple of spring practices and watched that kid, and I didn't know who the hell he was. And he was slipping through linebackers, getting open, all this stuff. And listen, a lot of these spring practices, I know they're scheming things up, and it's pretty much almost like 7-7 in a lot of ways. But I remember going, who is that guy? And they're like, yeah, it's a D2 kid that came in and all that. I'm like, this guy is pretty good. I could see him working in a system. And, I just, anyway, long story short, just the important thing here going forward is that Sam Pittman needs to identify what he wants this offense to be, stick with it, and then go find the very best offensive coordinator that he can that'll come to Arkansas and run it. Because anything what close to what Dan Enos was running, some pro style offense, it's just not going to work at Arkansas. I have said it since I was a student in Arkansas. You got to run something different, a little bit different from everybody else to win here. It's just you're not going to win here trying to play Alabama ball. Brett Bielema tried that, and you're not going to win here doing that type of stuff. You got to do things a little bit different. You got to get a genius offensive play caller like a Bobby Petrino. You got to get a guy like a Kendall Browse that can go and score points no matter the personnel because of his system. You got to change things up. You can't just say, hey, I know Danny knows. He knows me. We're going to win in the trenches. That's just, you're not going to do that at Arkansas.
Speaking with Brandon Marcello of 24/7 Sports here on Out of Bounds. So, Brandon, you saying that, alluding to Sam Pittman, whoever he gets next. So you believe that he'll be back next season? I mean, there's fans that are wanting his head. They're very upset with the way things have gone. But do you feel like he's back next season and he gets another shot to right the ship?
He needs to win at least like 2 more games, probably, I would think. 1 or 2. And I haven't looked at the schedule. Did someone tell me they had FIU on schedule still?
Yeah, they go. So they got the bye week this week. Then they go to Florida. Then they have Auburn at home, FIU at home, and Missouri at home, all in Fayetteville.
Lose to FIU, that changes things. I know Auburn's bad this year offensively. Their defense is okay. They're okay. They're good. But their offense is atrocious. As bad as Arkansas's has been, I think Auburn's might be worse because they just don't have a quarterback. Arkansas obviously has a quarterback in KJ. I'm also wondering, is Rocket Sanders going to return and play? There's some stuff going on there that people need to keep track on. And don't lose FIU. He loses FIU, then all bets are off. Otherwise, I think he will be back, but he loses to that team. I don't see how you keep him. This is such a, obviously every year, everybody can say it's just an interesting time in all this, but man, listen, yeah, the SEC's tough, but it's about to get impossible. We got Texas and OU joining, and not just you're getting them joining the conference, but they're in your neck of the woods. They're driving distance from Fayetteville. You're going to be recruiting against them. And I think it actually kind of helps Arkansas from a recruiting standpoint, but it's going to be more difficult just as far as games week to week. And you gotta carve something out. I mean, Sam Pittman was going up and was on the trajectory. Recruiting has been going very well. And then all it takes is like one bad decision, man, to derail things. And boy, hiring Dan Enos was just absolute boneheaded decision, I'm sorry to say. And I love Sam, but just boneheaded decision hiring him.
Yeah, because I think some people are looking at what he did with the defensive staff, where the defense was so bad last year. He got new coaches in, got some new players in, and it's not an elite defense, but it's definitely doing the job of keeping Arkansas in the games. And I think that's maybe where some fans are at, of giving him another year, saying, hey, he did that with the defense, turned it around, and got it to be respectable. Maybe he can do that with the offense, knowing that the Enos hire was a mistake, and maybe he can go out and get another great group. But it's going to come down to quarterback. KJ Jefferson can technically come back next year, but does he? Or does he transfer? Does he go to the NFL? I mean, there's just a lot of variations and variables that could happen with Sam Pittman and whoever he decides to get as the next hire.
Yeah, and I think they'll be fine at quarterback either way, even if KJ leaves. That offensive line, though, they got to figure something out. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't go get more help in the transfer portal this past offseason. I'm sure that will be an emphasis this year.
Yeah, and then looking at the rest of the SEC too, especially the SEC West, like I look at it also with people talk about the SEC West being down or whatnot, and Bama definitely looks a little bit more beatable than maybe what they have before. You got the situation with LSU where they got a great offense, but their defense isn't really great. But just overall, the SEC West in general, What do you make of this? Was this kind of maybe more of an anomaly of a year, or is this maybe where things are going to start going, where some of these teams in the SEC West may not be as dominant, may not be as easily counted on to be successful as they once were?
I think we're seeing more of a baseline because of the portal. You know, there's a lot of reasons, a lot of variables, but, you know, for example, look at Texas A&M. The last 2 to 3 years, they have absolutely just swallowed up all the talent along the defensive line in the recruiting. Like 2 of those guys at A&M right now should be at Bama. Let's be honest, recruiting wise, but they went to A&M because of NIL stuff. And it just takes a couple of those things year after year after year that can help even things out. Now, they're not necessarily doing a whole lot at A&M, obviously, but Alabama would be doing probably a little bit better with them. Let's be quite honest. And then, of course, you look at Bama, you know, it's the first time that Nick Saban's had to go to the transfer portal to go get help at a position that he coaches, which is the defensive backfield. He had to go get 2 group of 5 guys to help the defensive backfield at Alabama, including a kid at UAB in the state. Like, why Nick would rather swim across the Atlantic Ocean than have to recruit a kid that's going to a university in that state. So, yeah, it's hard. It's kind of hard times out there in the SEC West because of the portal. It's evened things out a little bit. It hasn't completely made it free range, but it's brought that baseline down a little bit.
So one of the teams, of course, in college football that everyone's kind of has a favorite as the national champion, and maybe rightfully so, has been Michigan. But things in the news have been pretty wild with this whole story of them sending scouts to get teams and steal signals and all that. When I first heard about it, Brendan, I was kind of like, okay, well, maybe that's not that big of a deal or whatnot. But the more in depth that we hear about it and the more we read about the operation, it seems pretty serious. Just what do you make of this story, and what do you think it ends up being the result from it?
Well, you know, the latest information that came out from Richard Johnson, who's an incredible reporter for Sports Illustrated, was that this guy had a 500 to 600 page manifesto, Michigan manifesto, as he called it, about the future of the program and how he would run it in the future and how he's going to be the head coach someday. I'm going to be quite honest with you. That report coming out helps Michigan, in my opinion. Why? Because they can go, this guy was a rogue agent doing all this stuff. We had no idea exactly what he was doing, but he described himself as this Wonder King type of kid who just came in and said, I can understand the coverages. I know what kind of, whether they're going to be running press man or running some zone here or shading a linebacker over here, just based off the alignments and all the studying I've been doing. And they're like, okay, let's try it out one game day. And he stands behind him and goes, hey, looks like I think they're running press man here. And they're like, oh, okay. Do that in a row. Coaches just sit there. I don't know how you're doing it, but keep doing whatever you're doing. I don't want to know what you're doing, but keep doing what you're doing. There is plausible deniability that to be had there. And I think I want to be honest with you. I think that's kind of actually what's going on in Michigan. I think that probably the coaches there, this is my opinion, probably have an idea this kid's doing something, but maybe they didn't quite know what he was doing. And I also found interesting in that piece that he and some other Michigan guys who were younger guys like himself trying to make their way up, they were teaming up to write this manifesto and how they would run Michigan in the future. I think this is much easier now for Michigan's administration to argue against the NCAA and say, hey, this guy was a rogue agent. We didn't quite know what he was doing. And yeah, this is absolutely wrong. We agree. Getting rid of him or whatever, we'll accept some penalties or whatever. And then Michigan, not to say they'll get off scot-free, but I don't think that the penalties potentially will be as harsh as everybody thinks or is wishing. And again, once again, this should open the eyes to the coaches across the country when they make rules, just put a damn microphone in the quarterback's helmet. You know, it's funny. Look back in 1994. That's when the NFL made it legal to put a microphone in the quarterback's helmet for communication on the sideline. That was also the same year the NCAA put this rule in about scouting games in person. Same exact year. Everything goes back to 1994. So, yeah, they need to change the rules, but I think this is the most interesting development yet, because this makes the guy seem like he was a bit of a rogue agent.
Yeah, I never dreamed in a million years that it'd be somebody around that does that. But do you feel like it's maybe, and this will be the last one before I let you get out of here, do you think that this is more common, maybe not to the level that we see it, but yeah, do you think it's common?
Oh, listen, I've heard stories in the past about opposing coaching staffs logging into the other team's practice cut-ups and getting practice film from that day on game weeks. I've had a head coach at a Power 5 program just straight up say, yeah, this has happened to us, and we turned them into the conference office. And of course, nothing really happened because you got to try and prove it and everything. There's been talk of people obviously spying on practices. I mean, that goes back forever. Heck, I remember being a student at Arkansas when they started putting up some black tarp or whatever along the fence line there on Razorback Road, and hearing stories about some school being out off there on that parking lot. I don't know what lot that was, looking over there on the hill down on the old practice fields there, taking photos and stuff. So yeah, this happens everywhere. It happens on the high school level. Remember when drones started becoming a big thing like 8 years ago? I can remember, I was covering Auburn at the time. I can remember someone had taken a drone up and was trying to get like cool shots or whatever at sunset of the stadium. Well, the stadium's near the practice fields, and Auburn saw this going on while they're practicing, and they started freaking out, thinking that it was a team, somehow spying on them. So yeah, everybody's paranoid. And the reason why they're all paranoid is because everybody's doing something to bend the rules anyway. But long story short, stuff like this has been going on since, forever. And there are ways to limit that. And I think they just need to modernize the game. The whole idea of not putting mics in the helmets of one linebacker and the quarterback is silly to me. They need to do that.
Yeah, seems like it's very well overdue, but maybe this is the thing that pushes him towards that. Brandon Marcello of 24/7 Sports. You can follow him on Twitter at @bmarcello. Follow all of his great college football content at 247sports.com. Appreciate it, Brandon, as always, man. Enjoy the rest of the football season. All right, man?
All right. Thanks, John.
True Service Community Federal Credit Union presents your Razor Hog update every day on Out of Bounds. True Service offers competitive rates on the home of your dreams. Online at trueservice.net.
This is Sports Center.
Last night in the NBA, the Grizzlies fell to the Pelicans 111-104. Zion Williamson had 23 points and 7 rebounds in the win. The Thunder beat the Bulls 124-104 behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists. Isaiah Joe added 14 points and 5 rebounds on 3 for 6 from 3 off the bench. Anthony Black saw 5 minutes of game action at the end of the Magic's 116-86 win over the Rockets. He recorded 5 points, 1 assist, and 2 blocks in that time. The Mavericks survived the debut of Victor Wembanyama, winning 127-119. Luka Doncic had 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists in the win. Tonight there will be a doubleheader on TNT. First up at 6:30, the Bucks will host the 76ers. Then at 9, the Lakers will host the Suns. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drop Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
Not again.
Let me tell you about my man Tom. He had some serious bad luck. And one day he said to me,
when is my luck gonna change?
And I was like, you need to go to Tunica, bro. And he was like,
yeah, good idea, bro.
Tom was winning big money. People were cheering and kisses. My man was like,
this is amazing.
His losing streak was finally over.
Man, I cannot believe my luck.
Believe it, because when you're in Tunica, you're always a winner.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Gary Elmore in Lone Oak, Justin Stewart in Malvern, or Drew Self in Hot Springs.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Minimum purchase required. Interest accrues from date of purchase but is waived if paid within promotional period. Go to windowappointmentnow.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? Fog between the glass? Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen. And right now you can save $375 off every window and $750 off every door. Just text WALL to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Text WALL to 200-300 right now to save $375 off every window and $750 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings won't last long. Text WALL to 200-300. Don't wait. Text the word WALL to 200-300. Text WALL to 200-300.
It's time for another Corky's Ribs and Barbecue customer review. Corky's, you've got the secret to world peace. It's in your ribs. Every bite is a step closer to global harmony. I propose we have Corky's Barbecue at every negotiation. Corky's Ribs and Barbecue in Little Rock and North Little Rock.
Companies are shifting their telephone systems to the cloud, and you should too. ESI eCloud PBX has everything you need. Features like work from anywhere, video calls, and advanced security tools make ESI eCloud PBX one of the best choices for any business. Opt out of the high cost of your traditional phone system and move to the cloud. Sign up for an online demo at nsgdb.com and get your system activated at no charge.
Network Services Group. One call does it all.
Tap Time with Bryce Knoll and Scott Parton, presented by New Province Brewing, returns this Thursday at 7. Tap Time is Little Rock's premier radio show for beer lovers by beer lovers. Tap Time, Thursday from 7 to 8 on 103.7 The Buzz, live from the Edwards Food Giant Studios.
Tom McCarthy here from Westwood One. Join me and Devin McCourty for Thursday Night Football this week from Buffalo. The Bills will take on the Buccaneers after falling to 4-3 last week with a loss to the Patriots. Tampa Bay also dropped a divisional game with a loss to the Falcons, knocking them out of the NFC South lead. Find out who gets the bounce-back win on Thursday Night Football.
Right here on 103.7 The Buzz.
Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. That's $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/win and kick off the NFL season. That's FanDuel.com/win. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Must be present in a state where lawful to wager, must be 21 plus and present in select states. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino LLC. First online real money wager only, $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona, 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana, 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com in Kansas, 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana, visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland, visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia, or call 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpma.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.
Same great deals, all new location for Hoggs Meat Market in North Little Rock at 3901 JFK Boulevard. Call them today at 501-758-7700 for all their specials at Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people. You're listening to Out of Bounds with John Nabors and Joe Franklin.
Coach, I asked you what the host of this party was going to be serving up today. What's the drink of choice tonight?
Well, you know, I'm not promoting it, but I like some old cold beer. I think I'm going to have one. I'm not promoting it now.
On 103.7 The Buzz.
It is Out of Bounds, folks, and the month of October is quickly coming to an end. Next Tuesday, Halloween, will be the final day of the month of October. So if you're looking to take advantage of the great deal that Gwatney Chevrolet has going on right now, you better make it happen quick, fast, and in a hurry, because they're still having their great trade a phone for a vehicle deal, and you have even bigger payouts. If you have a current phone, a flip phone, a brick phone, vintage bag phone, doesn't matter the phone, you can get anywhere between $500 and $700 in a down payment towards a new ride with Gwatney Chevrolet. And the best thing about it is you have no car payments until after New Year's. That's right. You get your vehicle. You don't have to worry about any of the payments until after 2024 starts up. And it's only through Gwatney Chevrolet. And they still have inventory on those new 2023 Silverados with 0% financing. They also have 2.9% financing on the 2024 Equinoxes. But they have so many vehicles also to choose from. Full-size rides, Tahoes, SUVs, the whole smash over there at Gwatney Chevrolet. So check them out today. You can find them right there on the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville. You can shop them online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. And there's a reason why they're Arkansas's #1 Chevrolet dealer is because they do it better than anybody. So check them out at 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. It's Gwatney Chevrolet and GwatneyChevrolet.com. And we also have a really cool event that we look forward to talking and hearing more about. And right now, let's go to the phone lines and talk with Ronnie Cates, who joins us to talk about the great Smoke on the Water event presented by Saracen Casino Resort, which we're big fans of, as well as Sissy's Log Cabin. And Ronnie, really appreciate you joining us. How you doing this afternoon?
Hey, appreciate you having it. Man, just this is the crazy time, just trying to get the park all set up for the festival. So, matter of fact, down here now at the park, just sitting in my truck. So I'm talking to you guys. If you're not getting any kickback or anything on this, if you can hear me okay.
No, you sound great, man. You sound great. Just like this event sounds really great, too. And
man.
The
event is great. We started this, I think it's been 21 years. And we put on the world's largest and richest barbecue competition. So, like, for example, our purse this year is $50,000. And we draw the best cook teams from all around the world. You know what I mean? We have world champions, national champions. It's just they come where the big money is. And the great thing is that people can go around, they can talk to the cooks, see how they're preparing things, and and they'll, give you you can sample barbecue out there also. And so, like I said, we did this. It almost ruins you to go to a barbecue restaurant now because you've eaten world champion barbecue, and so it's it's a little different going to a barbecue restaurant now.
Grand champion. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Do what now?
Go ahead, Ronnie.
Oh, well, like I said, we started this, like I said, about 20 years ago, and we got to the point, it's called Smoke on the Water because when we started, we're at Regional Park, which, has the Arkansas River. It's right on the banks of the Arkansas River, so that's where Smoke on the Water came. And after about 3 years, we started branching out. I mean, we started down there really with nothing, and then we started drawing national sponsors, and so we were having back then. These were I call it classic music. We had Joan Jett, Foreigner, Styx, and we always put on a big show. And then we started with the NASCAR circuit. So we travel with the NASCAR people. Casinos love us, so we're in Las Vegas, Laughlin, Atlantic City, and so we do these all around the U.S. And that's where comes Saracen. Last year, we came back to Pine Bluff and had our event at Saracen Casino. And this year, we had to move it back out to Regional Park where we first started because they're building their hotel and they have all their heavy equipment out. And so we had to move it until they get their hotel built.
Total prize money, $50,000. The grand champion gets $15,000 plus a custom ring from Sissy's Log Cabin. You're walking away with a really good prize there as the grand champion.
Oh yeah, that ring alone is worth over $5,000, and with all the diamond, and like I said, we wanted to make like a Super Bowl type ring, and so my whole deal was, we were putting on probably anywhere from 6 to 7 events a year. and I was a younger man back then. So now it's nice to, because I'm the one that has to stay up at 4 o'clock in the morning with the sponsors drinking and schmoozing with all the sponsors and everything while they get to sleep in. Well, then I've got to be at the park at 7 o'clock, or wherever we're having everything. So, then the older you get, so we found, came back and I think this is we're just going to make this our permanent home where we don't have to travel anymore. So we'll be at Pine Bluff at the regional park. The great thing is we've got great music. I don't know if you know about our musical lineup and what our theme is this year.
Well, yeah. Why don't you tell us about it, Ronnie? And also, if people want to get involved and to register and find more information, just how they go about doing it.
All you have to do, it's a very simple website. It's called SmokeOnTheWaterBBQ.com. SmokeOnTheWaterBBQ.com. And we have all the information and everything on there that you can do. But it's free admission, so it doesn't cost you a nickel unless you buy something from one of our vendors or whatever. And then, of course, we have food trucks. We have sampling from the barbecue team, the vendors, and everything else that you want. We've got a great musical lineup. We have something for everybody. Kicking off, we have John Bailey and THR. They're more countryish. Then we have Port City Blues players, which of course they play the blues. And then our biggie is it's called Jimmy Buffett. It's a tribute band to Jimmy Buffett. I happened to book them 2 months before he passed away. And now all of a sudden people are calling from all over, wanting to get tickets. And I said, man, it's free admission. And, so come on out. And funny story, they were named like the best Buffett tribute band like 10 years in a row. And one of our local radio stations, I was sending my MP3s down there so they could, have Buffett sound in the back. And the manager called me back and said, man, we can't run that music because that's, copyright infringement. And I said, that ain't Jimmy Buffett. That's the tribute band. And so if you literally shut your eyes, you would think you're at a Jimmy Buffett concert, and they do everything. They have the Sharks and it's an 11-piece band and everything else. So obviously, we've got our themes up where we've got all our margaritas out, and we're even doing a little contest called the Cheeseburger in Paradise, and so that way we can get everybody involved. And like I said, it's you can't beat it. Like I said, it's free admission, and you can come enjoy all the music you want. You can still sample barbecue for free, and everything else. So we're just trying to get everybody out, and believe me, it's a very safe place to.
Well, hey, Ronnie, we appreciate you calling in, man. It's going to be a great event. We got to run. We got more Out of Bounds coming up.
Motorsports Authority, great selection here on the lot, but what about my trade-in, Wild Bill?
We'll trade for just about anything as long as you don't have to feed it. We'll put top dollar in that trade. I'm getting country fried crazy during this sale right now, and I'll tell you what, folks, it's a lot of fun to do business with us. So if you're wanting top dollar for your trade, you need to come see us.
You can check out the complete selection online at msastore.com. Better yet, come see us in Russellville on East Main, in Hot Springs on Central. You better get down here to Motorsports Authority.
Touchdown!
Are you a fan, or are you the ultimate fan? Play the Alon DK Ultimate Sports Fan Package Sweepstakes for a chance to prove you're the world's greatest armchair quarterback. All from the comfort of your own home theater. Visit an Alon DK near you to enter for a chance to build your own home theater with a $5,000 Best Buy gift card plus a YouTube TV gift card. Your ticket to streaming your favorite games this season. Visit an Alon or DK today and score big. No purchase necessary. 18 or older. Message and data rates may apply. For official rules, eligibility, terms and conditions, and privacy policy, visit myalon.com/ultimate sports fan sweeps.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called Testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ALL to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ALL to 42424. That's ALL to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
The Arkansas Outdoor Expo is coming to Simmons Bank Arena in North Little Rock, October 27th through 29th. Tour over 50 fully staged RVs and take advantage of special RV Expo pricing on the top RV floor plans. We'll have RVs starting at less than $5 a day. Food and entertainment, plus a chance to win an RV as part of the Ultimate RV Giveaway. Learn more at campingworld.com/Arkansas Expo. See dealer for details and disclaimers.
David Dunn here with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. We're the area's largest and highest rated independent diesel repair facility for all makes and models, from transmissions and brakes to suspensions and engine repair. If you're tired of high dealership prices and long wait times, come see what family-owned and locally operated really means. Expert technicians and the latest computer diagnostics will get your equipment back on the road fast. Take the England exit on I-440 to Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. 568-2185. That's Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer.
Get big savings and big rewards during Provember at Lowe's. Right now, MVP's members earn 3 times the bonus points on DeWalt products and save $200 on a DeWalt sliding compound miter saw. Plus, earn 3 times the bonus points on Little Giant products and save $70 on a Little Giant multi-position 14-foot ladder. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 11/22.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is your dentist. Do me a favor and feel the front of your teeth. How grimy are they? Ugh. It's time for a Crest Pro Health reality checkup. That grime is the buildup of plaque bacteria that can cause cavities in just months. You need to switch to Crest Pro Health. While most toothpaste stop working in minutes, Crest Pro Health's antibacterial fluoride protects for up to 12 hours to stop cavities before they start. So pick some up on the way home. Smile. Crest has you covered.
Fire up the grill this summer with the highest quality of meats from Hoggs Meat Market and their new location off JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Hoggs Meat Market, the steak people.
Kane is in the building.
Their time is done. It's over.
Over? Did you say over?
Nonsense. I've not yet begun to defile myself.
Call Kenny Loggins, because you're in the danger zone. I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising.
It's time for 3 and Out. It's been 3 hours, and we are...
Boom. Out of here.
All right, it is time for 3 and Out. A few headlines, a few storylines, a few things that we got to dive into. This is kind of a crazy report that's going on with, the situation with James Harden that he finds himself in. Well, according to Legion Hoops, then also Chris B. Haynes says that James Harden went to the airport to join the 76ers on their road trip, but was denied entry onto the team plane by a security official. And so that's kind of the latest thing there. Don't know the stories behind it and everything, but man, kind of adds another wrinkle into the thing. We're trying to go on the road trip, and you get denied entry onto the plane to get on that road trip. That's a pretty rough thing. And see, I'm sure there will be some more substance to what this story is, but quite the thing to stop a star player like that trying to get on the plane going on a road trip, because it is a little dicey of a relationship right now.
With NBA season getting started and the Dallas Mavs played their first game last night against San Antonio Spurs, we talked about Victor Wembanyama and the fourth quarter that he had coming on late in that game, but the Mavs won. Luka was a bit excited in post-game.
We saw a bit of a change with Derek Lively
lively starting that second half. Obviously, a lot of talk about the Spurs rookie, but what can you say about how your rookie impacted this game?
Amazing, man. I told him, man. He played amazing for the first game. I remember seeing a rookie that played that amazing for first game. I remember my first game, I was nervous. He didn't seem like being nervous, so he played mate. Sorry.
It's the first game. We're getting back into it.
I'm tired.
So Luka, in just getting caught up in talking about the excitement of the game, he dropped a bomb there.
Honestly, I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often than what it actually does. So the NFL is going to be installing a hybrid field for their November games in Frankfurt. We know there's going to be 2 games there, and a year ago, players complained about slipping on the natural grass there in Munich, but the hybrid surface was installed last weekend after the game ahead of the game between the Chiefs and the Dolphins and the Patriots and the Colts. And it says that it's going to be the first game, of course, being there in Germany, but they're trying to make this playing surface as great as it possibly can, where the system is going to vary of about 90% or more of natural grass with some synthetic fibers woven into them for reinforcement. So sounds great on the surface, but whatever it takes to get guys healthy and not to be slipping all over the place over there in Frankfurt, they're going to do it.
Ottawa Senators center Shane Pinto has been suspended for 41 games by the NHL for activities related to sports wagering. He released a statement where he says, I want to apologize to the NHL, the Ottawa Senators, my teammates, the fans of the city of Ottawa, and most importantly, my family. I take full responsibility for my actions and look forward to getting back on the ice with my team. The suspension is retroactive to the Senators' first game of the season, so he's already served just a few of those. The Senators also released a statement, said, Shane is a valued member of the hockey club and engaging, intelligent young man who's made poor decisions that have resulted in a suspension by the NHL. We know he is remorseful for his mistakes. The entire organization remains committed to Shane and will work with him to do what's necessary to help provide support to allow him to address these issues and become a strong contributor to our community in the future.
So apparently with Halloween coming up here this weekend, we know at sporting events, whether it's starting now or just until Halloween starts, people are going to be wearing their costumes. And they're going to be wearing them in the stands and whatnot. And some of them will be pretty clever, but then you don't want to make them too annoying to bother people around you. But last night at the Sam Houston game, there was a student that got kicked out of the game because his costume was just male genitalia. That's all it was. It was just a big blow-up costume of male genitalia. And apparently that's frowned upon. You can't have that on TV. You can't have it on the cameras. And he was kicked out, and he's basically, as he was getting kicked out, was like, hey, I thought this was America. I didn't know you could do this anymore. So kind of a funny thing and funny moment there. But there are some costumes, folks, that you just can't wear at sporting events, and that's definitely one of them.
Mike Tomlin and rapper Glorilla, you would think that they don't have much in common and really know much about each other, but they had a chance to meet, and they actually know all about each other.
What's up, young lady? How you doing? Hey, I didn't even know you knew who I was. Man, I want to take a picture of her. Yes, I know who you are. And I know who you are. Congratulations on your success. Live that right. Come on, let's do it. Why you acting like that? What's up, man? Y'all in town working? Oh my God. Where y'all performing at? I ain't performing. I just came to Hey, it's Tuesday. I don't practice on Tuesday, so I got my Uggs on.
So, yeah, first of all, Mike Tomlin was saying he didn't know that she knew who he was, and she was really excited to meet him, and she said that she just wanted to stop by to visit. It wasn't even about being in town and performing. They were in town, and she just wanted to stop by to say hi to him.
Well, we have a new champion in the Power Slap events, which for those of you who may not have seen on social media, yes, it is a real thing, and it's just what it sounds like. They slap each other. Competitors slap each other and see who can stand first, and I have a woman who finally has won their first Power Slap banner. Her name, it's hard to pronounce some of these names because of where they're from, but this one is Sheena Bathory. And if you've seen the video, it is gruesome of just a man going down, and talks a little trash along with it too. She's also a professional wrestler in her spare time, I guess. But yeah, slapping competition still in full force, and glad to see that this woman decided to break the glass ceiling when it comes to slapping in the Power Slap competition.
Chris Pratt sparked debate over how long you should keep your kids' trophies. He said, once your kid goes through this stuff, is it okay to toss? I mean, do we need the I was in sports team trophy? And he talked about how his wife, Catherine, and his mother-in-law, Maria Shriver, how they keep all the trophies, all the keepsakes that they have for his daughter. And he just, was thinking that maybe at some point you could toss it. He said there's a trophy for most improved 2-year-old in swim class. Wow. Sorry to the other 2-year-olds. They didn't cut it. Move on. Wait, what's that you say? She was the only 2-year-old in swim class. I'm proud nonetheless, but she got a trophy for being the most improved 2-year-old in swim class.
Well, we talked yesterday about a heist involving stealing 2 million dimes. Well, I like the pettiness of this story, where a Larimer County judge ruled late Monday that a Northern Colorado welding company had acted maliciously and in bad faith because it paid $23,500 in a settlement to a subcontractor, but it was all in coins that ended up weighing more than 3 tons. It says that there was a case between these two people that ended up getting nasty, went to arbitration. They agreed to settle, but when it came to the time to the pay, the company sent a flatbed truck loaded with specially constructed box jammed with coins that weighed 6,500 pounds, and the box was filled with loose quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies, and they said it was in bad faith. I say, you know what? Money's money at the end of the day. You can't blame them because it's just part of the currency that we have. If you have a problem with it, and you should have said that you got to pay them in this amount of money or in this type of way, but I appreciate the pettiness of paying them all in coins.
M&M has the restaurant Mom Spaghetti. They are now selling Mom Spaghetti sauce in the jar. He says from the D to your kitchen, Mom Spaghetti sauce is now dropping on October 26th. So today you can get it. It's available where you can get the sauce straight from Mom's kitchen.
And apparently a week from today, the Beatles will be releasing their last song. That's right, you heard correctly. They'll be releasing their last song called Now and Then. That's written by John Lennon, developed and worked on by Paul, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, and it's finally been finished by Paul and Ringo 4 decades later. So be on the lookout for that and see how good it sounds, and it'll be nice to have some refreshing new Beatles music. It's been way too long. Appreciate everybody listening to Out of Bounds today. For Joe Franklin, I'm John Nabors. Same sports show, same sports channel tomorrow. Stay tuned, folks. We got Drive Time Sports coming up next.
Hi, neighbor. It's Garen with Shamrock Roofing. Fall is upon us.